It's game day at Classic Nissan.
I'm Mike Stozer, General Manager at Classic Nissan here at Sanford. My team of professionals have every position covered to meet all of your automotive needs.
The starting lineup. Your captains on offense, number 5, Holden Cruz. And number 10, Jasmine Dole. Your captains on defense, number 55, Wesley Tater Womack. Number 7, Steve Dandrin. Whether you're a Yellow Jacket or a Cavalier, everybody gets a classic deal. For sales, service, or parts, visit us at ClassicNissanSanford.com or in person on Highway 87, right across from Walmart in Sanford.
Nobody beats a classic deal.
Official Caro sponsor. Welcome to the Zaxby's pregame show on WBFT.
And I'm Chris Delambert. This is Big Don Clayton. It's been forever, Don.
It has. It's been a while.
All right, we're on the road at Union Pines High School, and this is a huge matchup between two teams that come in at 3-2. Probably the second most important game either of these teams is going to play this year. Don, talk about what this matchup means to both schools.
Well, you know, this is Tri-County 6, and right now it's a competition between 3 teams, Chris. You got Lee County sitting undefeated. You've got Union Pines coming in at 3-2, and Southern Lee coming in at 3-2, and they are in a fight for second place in this conference right now.
Well, and you know, one of these teams getting a leg up and managing to beat Lee County is a possibility. The chances of both of those teams doing it is pretty slim. So if somebody wants an outright championship for the conference, they're probably going to have to win this game tonight. This has always been a well-contested, hotly contested matchup between Union Pines and Southern Lee throughout the years, and I don't think that tonight is going to be any different. I think you'll see a Union Pines team's going to come and want to run the ball down the throats of that Southern Lee defense, and Southern's going to have to mix it up. Not quite as many weapons on offense, so they're going to have to get creative in how they get the ball into those hands of the playmakers.
No question. Last year, Union Pines raked up almost 500 yards against Southern Lee at home in Cavalier Stadium. So Southern Lee, they're not going to forget that. Their defense is going to have to step up. This Union Pines team can run the ball. They can run it effectively, and they love to go up and down vertical on the field. So our defense tonight is going to have to step up big.
Well, and the Cavaliers come in, you know, nobody likes to be a homecoming opponent.
Right.
So an extra chip on their shoulders. They'd love nothing better than to spoil the homecoming for the Vikings tonight. We'll be back with the kickoff. Southern Lee will receive, and we're excited for a heck of a matchup on the Classic Nissan Game of the Week.
If something is worth doing, it's worth doing right. In this case, it's worth doing right and left. Introducing the all-new buttermilk and hand-breaded Southern Sweet and Smoky and Southern TLC chicken sandwiches. One has sweet pickles, shredded lettuce, smoky backyard sauce, and a potato bun. The other is an undeniable classic with lettuce, tomato, and mayo. Zaxby's. Friends. Family. Flavor. Order ahead on Zaxby's.com or use our app to skip the wait.
Are you ready for some football only on WBFT? Welcome to the Classic Nissan Game of the Week.
So Union Pines won the toss, have deferred for the second half, and the Cavaliers will receive kickoff.
Kickoffs pose an interesting opportunity. Southern's got a couple players you'd like to see them get into space as often as possible. First one that comes to mind when you start discussing this Cavalier team is always Tanoa Lockley, so keep your eyes open for number 3 in white. He's the up back on the left side as the kick comes down, and I'm sure Union Pines knows exactly who he is and has figured out exactly where he's lined up. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if you see this kickoff go exactly the opposite direction. All right, Union Pines looks ready. And, Don, I'm going to tell you, they've had it for a couple of years, but I'm never not impressed when I come in and I see the HD screen on the scoreboard down there at the end of the – oh,
my.
That's as bad an onside attempt and it's continuing to roll, and somebody better get on that.
I have never seen
it. It is blown dead at the 28-yard line.
That ever. I've seen punts go for negative yards, but not an onside kick.
So what's the call here? Is this a procedure call, or can Southern decline this and take possession at the 28? That's going to be the question.
Well, the ball never did go forward. It only went back.
It went forward. It went forward about a yard before it took a left turn and headed back to the 28-yard line. So you're going to get a procedure foul here. And they're going to repeat the down. So Union Pines with an early break. And sports fans, you never know what you're going to see. That's why you tune in, right?
Well, I guess they tried to come out with a little trickery on homecoming, Chris, and it didn't work for them.
Well, I'm going to have to dig into my rule book at halftime.
Hey, we need to move up 5, though. We need to move up 5.
That was bizarre. I'm out of words, Don. I'm out of words. The clock hasn't even started, and I'm out of words. It's going to be a long night.
I'm not sure what happened. I was actually looking down at my stat sheet, and I saw the ball going backwards. I never even saw it go forward a yard.
Very briefly.
Never seen that.
Very briefly. One way or the other, Union Pines gets to re-kick this thing. So a big break for the Vikings. 3 men deep for the Cavaliers. Union Pines in the powder blue will be kicking off for the second time.
That's a junior kicker, Dan Rathburn.
I'm sure that worked in practice at least once. And like I predicted, a high spinner to the right side, taken by Elijah Fox, who makes 1 man miss, makes 2 man miss, dancing. Now he's going to be wrapped up and popped out of bounds.
Like a late hit.
That looked a little bit like a late hit, but there's no flag forthcoming. Maybe that is a good omen for the rest of the game, because I'd really prefer not to talk about officials all night. 38-yard line, Southern will take over 1st and 10. So a little bit of a surprise. There's been some smoke and mirrors with regard to quarterback this week. And as late as half an hour ago, we were told Tay Flack would start at quarterback, but Thomas Harrington, the sophomore that started last week and played very, very efficiently. That's as good a quarterbacking job as we've seen from the Southern team in a couple of years. 14-19,
187 yards. 187 yards, 1 touchdown, 14-19 was Harrington last week.
All right, Harrington with 2 wide out.
Monday Night Football last week, too. There,
yes, sir. Harrington, and just as I speculated that we might not talk about officials all night, we get our second whistle of the game, and that's going to be a delay call, which is unforgivable. All right, so 1st and 15, Cavaliers backed up, 2 men out wide. Medlock at I guess we're going to call that tight end. All right, taking a shot deep and underthrown and picked, and it's coming the other way. Lockley makes the foul. Well, the flag was slow coming out. There was a block in the back, so that's going to back them up. But Vikings with the first splash play of the game. Multiple flags on the field. One's going to be a block in the back. The second's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty, I believe.
Chris, that pick was Grant Booker. He is a senior cornerback for the Vikings. We do have multiple flags on the field.
Well, Tay Flack didn't get the start at quarterback. Started at wide receiver out there wide left, and Harrington tried to hit him down the sideline, underthrew the ball. The Vikings able to pick it up. Now, interesting, the Southern League offense has not left the field here. They're not convinced this turnover is going to stand. I don't know what would lead them to that conclusion. Looked to me like both flags came post-possession.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, correct. I mean, it was both of the penalties looked like to me came after the interception. So perhaps if both are still on Union Pines, which they're clapping, they're going to have the ball. It's going to be 1st and 10, Union Pines.
They're going to get the football, but they're going to be backed up. All right, there's the unsportsmanlike conduct, which will get them 15. Oh, they're going to offset those, so I think we're going to get a block in the back there is the only call that matters. Yep. That'll back them up.
Yep.
Vikings and the unsportsmanlike conduct is just more prevalent at every level of football, I think. It doesn't take much to get a flag. That looked pretty innocuous from up here. Of course, we don't know what came out of the players' mouths, so we'll defer to the officials. 1st and 10 Vikings. Rory Board, the junior quarterback, comes out. And he'll be looking to hand off an awful lot tonight, but he can still beat you down the field.
Two back.
One of the things that jumps out when you look at this Union Pines roster, Don, is that there's juniors everywhere. Very few seniors at the skill positions anyway.
This team's going to be good for a couple of years, Chris.
They are, and they're led. Rory Board calls the plays, takes the snap, but Tyreek McCoy, the junior tailback, comes in with a pair of 100-yard rushing games, averaging about 130 a game. Nice back, and you can't give him a step because he'll beat you. And running the ball directly at that Southern Lee defense has been a formula for success. But on first down, Board initially looking for a man, actually wanders back into the backfield. Is going to be taken down and sacked there back at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, Board, when you've got a rushing game that Union Pines has, and then you've got a quarterback like Board out there averaging close to 200 yards passing a game, that's a well-balanced offensive attack, Chris. And that's one reason for their 3 wins this season. Also on that tackle was Anthony Woods for Southern Lee, loss of 2 yards.
Well, keeping them in check is job one for the Southern Lee defense. They also have to be aware, though, as a team, they cannot allow a bunch of sustained drives. Good coverage there.
Very good coverage. Keith Williams in on the chase. Former Defensive Player of the Year, Keith Williams.
Board throws it away, and that'll bring up 3rd and long. Nice crowd out here for homecoming tonight.
A very nice crowd, Chris. I'm extremely impressed.
Of course, the band is taking up half the bleachers.
That's
as big a band as you'll see at a 3A school, I think. All right, the blitz is coming. Board back. Reaches. Almost picked.
Goodness.
Almost picked. Got his hands on it, but not able to reel it in.
That was Tanner Seagroves, was it not? Tanner, you got to catch that, buddy. Your daddy not going to be happy. Nonetheless, good job there, Tanner. Did you see who was almost had the sack there?
Stop him right there.
I think that might have been Anthony Woods there, Chris, coming in on the tackle, forcing that inerrant throw.
All right, so Union Pines to punt. Tay Flag back deep to take the punt. A little bit of a surprise there. Ball comes out. Southern had a shot at it. They're going to get a favorable bounce. It's going to go out, be marked at the 44-yard line, where Southern Lee will take possession and try this again.
That'll take a Cavalier bounce.
Little surprised to see Flack back there receiving punts.
They'll take over 1st and 10 in Viking territory. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget until
talking to Coach Neal earlier, and he was mentioning that Tay said, Coach, I just want to get back on the field. I don't care where you put me. I just want to get back on the field. Coach Neal said that was music to my ears.
Well, I tell you, optimal. I think it's an optimal situation for Southern. I think that Flack and Harrington, they both have different strengths and weaknesses at the quarterback position. But Flack and Harrington on the field together, Flack gives you another dynamic athlete and another weapon on offense. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a lot more of this than we do Flack playing quarterback the rest of the way, but we'll see how things go. So Flack wide left, to Noah Lockley down here to the right. Lockley coming off a huge game against Jordan last week. Handoff is up the gut, and that's going to put him back around the original line of scrimmage.
Rodney Ingram on the carry there, picked up 2 yards on the first run, lost 2 yards there. It's going to be 3rd down and 10. Tay Flack is probably the best athlete on the team, but I'm going to tell you something. Southern Lee's got some really good athletes in addition to Tay Flack. So obviously a dual threat here, triple threat with Tanoa Lockley on coming here on the near side.
Harrington takes a look. Snap, drops,
going to
rolls to his right, looking for Lockley. Got him open. And Lockley's slide's going to be just short of the 1st down. It's going to depend on the spot, and he may actually have it there. Let's see what the Zebras say.
I think he's got it, Chris.
The chain crew is certainly hoping that he does because they don't want to come all the way across for a measurement. They're
looks like
still
we might have
looking,
too many men on the field.
Well, and it's all going to be for naught.
Yep. So you're impressed with their Jumbotron here, Chris?
I love it.
Yeah, I like it.
I love it.
I like it. We got to find some sponsors for Southern Lee to get one there.
If you're tuning in and got some money burning a hole in the bottom of your pocket, give a call over to the PTO or the Booster Club or Coach Neal directly or Don Clayton or anybody.
Shane Seagrove.
Shane Seagrove's be a perfect person to
Yes.
call. We'll get you his number at halftime. All right, 3rd and 15 now. Harrington takes a snap. Looking deep. That's thrown into double coverage, and that's the second pick of the night. However, I'm going to give some love because that's better than any punt they would have put out there.
Correct.
Probably.
Yep, that is correct.
Union Pines will take over at the 8-yard line. Passing line for Harrington looking pretty bad right now.
It is, but, that one right there, okay, fine. Honestly, for the team, that's probably the best situation other than a completed pass for a first down or touchdown because, like you said, the chances of punting it in the 10-yard line and downing it within the 10-yard line is pretty slim to none. So, at this point, the positive is we are winning field position.
That is true. That is true. On that play, it looked like, Harrington knew where he was going with the ball, regardless of what the coverage was, and just kind of threw it out there and wanted to give Lockley a chance to make a play. All right, boy, this is the first time we get to see number 1.
Tay Flack in on that tackle.
Tyreek McCoy with the first of what will be many carries tonight, I'm sure.
Flack and Lockley
picks up about 9. That'll bring up 2nd and short. Clock ticking down inside 9 minutes in the first quarter in a game that thus far has been pretty devoid of offense. All right. Ford sends his man in motion, takes the snap, pitches right. It's McCoy again. McCoy gets the edge, got some space, makes a man miss, and then plows forward, picks up about 5 on the carry. You got to get that edge sealed, Don. Got to get it sealed.
Tyreek McCoy. That yardage is enough for another UP first down.
All right, so first down Union Pines. The Vikings on the move. I started to say a little while ago, we were counting heads pregame, and Union Pines dressed somewhere in the vicinity of 50 players tonight, whereas Southern doesn't have many more than 30, if at all.
No question, that is absolutely
true. So this defense, they've got to be aware of that all night. They cannot have this defense out there getting beat on for extended periods of time.
Well, and being that Union Pines is a big running team, that's going to be a big test for this defense. But big 72, Anthony Woods, give it up for him. Nice tackle, loss of 2 yards on the play.
All right, board with 3 men split out. McCoy still in the backfield with him. McCoy gets it. Runs around right, and there's that man.
Big Caleb.
There's that man. Caleb Medlock on the play.
What a great young man. Caleb Medlock, just a great, great young man. Not only a great athlete, but a great scholar. Good on the books, good in this classroom. Great kid all around. Humble. He's going places, Chris.
Indeed.
Looks like Luke Kuechly up
3rd
there.
and 15. Board takes a snap. Fakes to McCoy. Now throws it short to his tight end. And scoots through a tackle out across the 30-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd and short.
Chandler Cotton in on the tackle for Southern Lee, saves the first down. So what do they do here, Chris? It looks like they're going to punt.
It's early. I've got a buzz in my ear, and I miscounted. It's 4th and short.
Yeah.
And the Union Pines, they were tempted.
Tay is back again, Chris. I'm a little surprised. I'm not surprised seeing him at receiver.
Well, the interesting thing, to Noah Lockley, who's got as much short area quickness as anybody on the Cavaliers.
No.
And the fake, and that's going to be stopped short.
I think so.
Cavaliers are going to get him off the field. He's going to be a yard short.
I think so.
Vikings letting it all hang out and backed up just across the 30-yard line. Southern Lee's about to get some
first down.
field position.
Cavaliers take over first down. Chris on the Union Pines 32-yard line.
Just a little short. It'll be a turnover on downs. Cavs will take over 1st and 10.
All right, so the Cavaliers, 6:33 left in the first quarter. 1st and 10, deep inside Union Pines territory.
Vikings are leading in the trick play column, 2-0.
Neither one of which has worked really well. That one, too, must have worked well in practice at least once. All right, so Harrington with Flack spread wide to Noah Lockley down to the right. Takes, hands, it's around the left side, looking for the edge, going to be dropped in the backfield for a big loss.
Anthony Matthews there, nowhere to go, and that's how you close the corner, Chris.
Yes, sir.
On for the tackle there, number 8, Holden Grainer.
2nd and 14.
Harrington takes the signal from the sideline. Now this is where I'd really like to see something creative with Lockley. They've got all this field down here to the right on the from the far hash.
Nope.
The pit, they've got that little shovel pass to Flack. Flack breaking tackles, gets back near the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I think Flack had the option there to pass it to Lockley, but I think he had it in his mind the whole time he was going to run with it.
Well, turned it up. We're back to 3rd and manageable. 3rd and 10.
Again, managing field position. Very important for this game.
Well, you can call it managing field position, but I'm watching in pregame Daniel Pisano hitting from 50.
This is
You've
true.
got a decision to make unless you get negative yardage here. So need positive yardage here and at least would have the option at attempting a field goal.
Correct.
Harrington drops, looking for Lockley. Lockley in between.
He got it this time.
Got some space, makes a man miss, wiggles down to the 14-yard line. Big play by Tanoa Lockley and a Cavalier first down.
Yes, sir, Chris. Nice catch that time by Lockley. He's back on the board. He's got his confidence back. Harrington, nice pass there, getting his confidence back in this game. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Let's go Cavs.
Well, no secret what they do when they need a play. And on a good night, Tanoa Lockley's not going to let you down.
Why not go to the #1 receiver in the Tri-County 6 conference, Chris? That is Mr. number 3, Tanoa Lockley.
Man in motion. Harrington takes, gives, up the middle. Breaking tackles.
Nick.
Ball's out.
Oh, no.
All right.
Tanoa. Tanoa jumps on it.
Lockley gets back and makes a nice play to get on that and scared everybody that's here in Cavalier orange and navy.
Nick Locklear
comes up with it, but that's going to back him way up and bring up
a host of Vikings in there on that tackle.
2nd and a bunch.
But it is recovered by the Cavs. It'll be 2nd and long.
Pisano.
Good hard running on the play.
Pisano, Daniel Pisano, number 18, our kicker, replacing probably one of the most valuable players in Southern Lake Cavalier history, Richard McCullum.
There's a hand up the middle.
Richard
Moving
McCullum.
forward, bring up 3rd and about 15.
3rd and 15. And so Daniel Pisano comes in, has big shoes to fill, Chris. He was, granted, 18-yard, but it was a game-winning field goal last week, Monday Night Football, Cavalier Stadium against Jordan, a 4A school. And he came in and knocked down an 18-yard field goal to win the game 18-15 against Jordan. So he can do it. And like you said, he was knocking them down from 50 earlier.
Harrington rolls, looking, steps up. Better get rid of it. Now he sees the rush coming. Ooh,
that looked like targeting to me.
Takes a big hit, but pops back up. It'll bring up 4th and long from about the 20, we'll call it the 19-yard line.
So here's my question.
So a 36-yard attempt coming up here for Pisano.
Yep.
No hesitation with Coach Neal.
That's right.
Nice to know you've got that kind of weapon in your pocket.
That's right. But now, last year, the past 4 years, it's almost been a given from this distance with Richard McCullum, who's now kicking at Western Carolina, who happens to be undefeated this year. But this year, Pisano was a sophomore and just not much of a gimme as it has been in the years past, Chris.
All right, snap is down. Kick is up. That's a high spinner, and it is good from 36. Daniel Pisano puts the Cavaliers on the board.
Great job.
2:49 left in the first quarter. We'll take a quick break. You're watching the Classic Nissan Game of the Week.
For decades, residents of Lee County have trusted First Health of the Carolinas to provide quality health care to the Sandhills region. First Health is excited to expand services offered in Lee County with the opening of the new First Health Lee campus located at 2919 Beech Tree Drive in Sanford. The newest First Health campus includes a 25,000 square foot fitness center with an indoor walking track, saltwater pool, weight area, cardio equipment, Les Mills group exercise classes, and so much more. Also offered within the fitness center are physical therapy and cardiac rehabilitation services. The 40,000 square foot medical office building includes a primary care practice, convenient care, outpatient imaging and laboratory services, back and neck pain, and a variety of surgical specialties. For more information about the new First Health Lee campus, visit our website at www.firsthealth.org or call 1-800-213-3284.
Shop our inventory online at us1cdj.com.
All my sales, service, and finance has been done here at US One. They are great guys to work with.
And I can honestly say that in every aspect of the process, I was included, I was respected, and I would highly recommend coming to give them a try.
I have shopped US One for over 20 years. Ranger Happy and I enjoy it, and we love this place.
Real prices, real people. Get the real deal
at US One.
All right, up 3-0. The Southern Lee Cavaliers of kickoff. It's a high spinner. Fair catch signal for and brought in at the 31-yard line. The Vikings will take back over. Vikings have been unable to move the ball much at all so far, Don.
It's early. And as you said, they have a much deeper roster than we do. Their depth chart is much deeper than ours is. And so our defense is fresh right now, Chris. So they're going to have to stay fresh, stay focused, watch with the mental errors, and we've got a good chance tonight if they can do that.
Seems a little bit like they're trying to force the issue with the passing game, which is a little interesting. You know, in days gone by, you ran to set up the pass, and now it's a little bit opposite. McCoy carries the short game.
Anthony Woods in there on the tackle once again for the Cavaliers. I'll tell you, they know that, along with Keith Williams, but, you know, they know that Ken Neal and the coaching staff at Southern has prepared for that running attack. So they're trying to mix it up a little bit, which I don't blame them, but pick up a yard there for the Vikings.
It'll bring up 2nd and 9.
Board takes Chandler under pressure, gets that screen out, and Dangerous just floats out there.
Chandler Cotton in on the, he was not even touched, came in unabated and forced the errant throw by number 16, the quarterback for Union Pines.
I'm sure there were some folks on that Viking sideline holding their breath as he floated that screen out there. It wasn't going anywhere even had he caught it. Medlock was right there. Nobody was fooled. So 4 men out in the route. McCoy back in the backfield with Rory Board. 3rd and long coming up. Board drops. Got a little bit of room to run. There's a flag coming. There's going to hold. Nice run by Roard to get close to the sticks, but I think that's coming back.
Nice tackle by Elijah Brown.
And that indeed is the call.
Yep.
That's a spot foul. And we'll bring up 3rd and a mile. Clock stop with 2:09 left in the first quarter.
Chris, Southern Lee has a pretty decent showing tonight as well.
Yeah. It's only about a 20-minute drive, 25 minutes maybe from the southern part of Sanford. This is one of those natural rivalries. I had a lengthy discussion with both coaches this past week about the fact that Northwood didn't make it into this conference. I think there's a lot of people disappointed by that. And apparently it's another 2 years before Northwood can apply to get in. All right, here comes the rush. Short pass and put down, and I tell you, this Vikings passing game, for as many yards as Board has put up so far this season, just is not in sync.
Well, the line.
Not a whole lot of pressure applied to the punt by Southern.
You know, Chris, as a high school kid, especially in high school athlete, you always look forward to homecoming. I mean, homecoming, you got the stands full. You know everybody in the community is going to show up. You've got the king and queen. You've got the big game. So
you got me and you.
And you've got us, no question about it. And so it looks like that Union Pines got a little homecoming jitters. And we just lost some lights. Yeah,
and interesting that we talked about before, your normal game time gets extended by about half an hour at homecoming.
We might be here till midnight.
We might be here till midnight now.
That's a fact, Jack.
The lights
to our left
in one of the corners are out.
Yep.
And the referees do not look like they're interested in playing without those. So
I'd be okay with it. I could see.
While they sort that out, we'll take a break.
That's ridiculous.
Well, we'll stick around. Don, what do you want to talk about?
Hey, man, I tell you what. We've got 1:51. Let's talk about this. So this
better be interesting.
No,
this might go on for a while.
So it looks like here, the stands are full. It's homecoming.
In my headphones. I'm wearing his earpiece.
So it's homecoming. It looks like the kids for the Vikings have just got a little bit of jitters. Little jitters.
You think it's the homecoming nerves?
I think it's the homecoming nerves for the first part of this game. So we'll see.
Well,
we'll see how it continues here. Yeah, but it looks like we've lost 1/4 of the lighting here at Union Pines High School.
And if you haven't done so, check out Union Pines.
So.
Here's some commentary from Coach Quinn. You see some player interviews. Check out highlights from previous games, and even news of upcoming matchups. As always, thank you to Timeout Sports Bureau for sponsoring us.
So let's talk last week. So last week, Monday Night Football, Cavalier Stadium playing 4A Jordan. It was a very tight game, tough game all the way through.
Well, kind of a tale of two halves.
Absolutely,
Southern came out, moved the ball pretty effectively in the first half, and then couldn't do anything in the second.
That is correct.
Jordan played it the opposite way, came back.
And it looked like that we were headed for overtime, Chris.
Certainly did.
And, with a few minutes to go in the fourth quarter, all tied up at 15 apiece, we get out. Harrington moves the ball. And Rodney Ingram, wow, what a beast he was last week in the fourth quarter. Ingram, Locklear. I tell you, Ingram, Locklear, looks like Lockley and Matthews ran for 205 yards combined last week, Monday Night Football. But I'm going to tell you something. There was a young man, and he was on the Jordan, I would say, 30-yard line. It was either third or fourth down, and he lined up on the far side to the near side where we were on the press box at home, and caught a 14-yard pass from Thomas Harrington to continue the drive to set up Daniel Pisano. And that young man had the bleach white shoes on, and he's my boy, Mr. Hare, number 17, Logan Hare for the Southern League Cavaliers. What a great young man, and so proud of him. Talk about perseverance, just a great young man, and I was happy for him. Without that play, Chris, it may have been a different outcome.
That is a fact, and we touched on it during the telecast. Came out, perfectly white uniform, and made a big play at a big time in the game, and was a major part of that. Pisano, when you lose a player of the magnitude of Richard McCullum, who had been sort of the safety net for this team for 4 years. He was automatic, especially in the last 2 years. Pisano, who played defensive end, was all over the field, decided during the offseason, hey, I just want to kick, and looking good so far.
Well, I'll tell you what, when I was out on the field with the coaches and with the players during preseason last year, when McCollum was a senior, first-year coach Ken Neal, and everybody knew what McCollum had. Everybody knew McCollum's leg. And by the way, he's got a young brother, Brian, who is at Sanley Middle School, who is also an outstanding kicker. I tell you, those McCollums can really produce some kickers. I'm here to tell you that. But athletes altogether. But I will tell you this, Pisano, during preseason last year, his first year coming onto the football team, was out there, for the most part, Chris, by himself. Those kickers, you kind of have to leave them alone. But this was his first years out there. But if you had to have a mentor, a peer mentor, I can't think of a better one than Richard McCullum. And that's what he had. And I can remember, no offense to Pisano, but I can remember out there watching him during preseason and him kicking the ball. He wasn't very good. He was not very good at all.
But no offense.
No offense, because the young man persevered. He knew what he wanted to do, and he stuck with it. And he had McCullum there to help him and to guide him and to be his confidant, if you will. And, and he has improved dramatically, and we've seen that. He won the game last week for us. He just knocked down, was it a 36-yarder? So good for number 18, Daniel Pisano. Very proud of you, young man.
Well, and the cool thing about that is all that work has paid off and nobody cares how bad he was last year as a freshman, not on the field. He worked it out, and I'm going to tell you what, McCullum, we kind of think back to last year where he was the player of the year for the Southern League Cavalier offense, which is sort of unprecedented and got a lot of people's attention. But you look at that as a senior, the growth from the time he stepped on that field as the starting kicker as a freshman through to his senior year was kind of amazing. So if we see that level, that same trajectory from Pisano, it's exciting.
It is exciting because he's just a kid. He came in last year as a freshman. He's 15 years old, okay? And he comes out and he learns from the best of the best. And then he comes out here and he's in 10th grade. He's 16, okay? He's got 1 year. He's 16. And he comes out here and he has improved so very much. What's going on here, Chris? What we got?
Well, we may be coming back with no lights. I think the coaches talked about it and said, they want to get home at some point before midnight tonight.
Yeah, we need to move on. This is East. We're on Eastern time.
I'll be interested to see if they have both teams play to the same end zone.
I was thinking that. You know how you do basketball half court, brother?
May see that. We'll see as time goes on. We don't have any communications from the officials, so without a commercial break in the longest break in play
and actually
lately.
The sound system here, Chris, you can hear the white hat he talks to. You can the crowd can hear him. I'm surprised he hasn't given us any kind of update.
Tay Flack checks in at quarterback. Man in motion. Flack's going to keep it around the right side, breaks a tackle, cuts it up, out the sideline. More running room all the way down to the 22-yard line, and a face mask on the end of that.
Is that going to be a 5 or 15, Chris?
23, maybe 24 on the carry.
Is it going to be a 5-yarder or 15?
Well, since he dragged him down by his helmet, I'm suspecting we're going to get 15 here tacked onto the end of that.
Yeah, boy. What a run by Tay Flack. Man, he is so happy to be out on the field.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense.
15-yarder, Chris. That's going to bring us all the way down inside the 10.
Well, I think you're seeing half the distance here, huh? But I like your enthusiasm. All right. Spot foul from the 24.
We came close, homeboy.
Pretty close. They're going to put it at the 12, half the distance. We're to be 1st and 10. That's a Cavalier first down. Okay. All right, so a huge play by Flack. Vikings penalty helps him out a little bit more. And the Cavaliers in those white uniforms are threatening.
I wish they would wear those at home. It'd be so much easier to see the numbers.
All right, Flack fakes down inside the 10, still dragging.
Hard fault, 2 yards.
And I tell you what, he's running hard, coming off an injury. I'm impressed by that. He's just
I'm going to tell you something.
Body in there.
Coach was telling us earlier that it wasn't necessarily the hits, Chris. It was more what bothered him more was the throwing motion. The repetitive throwing motion was hurting his shoulder more than anything, not the hits. So.
All right, 2nd and 8 from the 10-yard line. Cavs still can get a first down around the 2-yard line. Lockley split out wide right. Flack takes a look at the defense. Brings a man in motion. Takes the snap. Going to hand it up the middle, and big Rodney down close to the 5-yard line. And I tell you, we talk about these young men all the time, and these kids, as it were.
Yep.
That's a grown man.
He's a grown man. We've got several grown men. And I'm going to tell you something. Our lines, Sam Singer, Clayton, number 78, we've got some grown men on that football team. I'll tell you, on that line. This is the best line I've seen in years from a Cavalier football team, Chris Delambert.
All right. Tay Flack, 3rd and about 7 here. Had a man jumped, but not able to get the snap off. All right. Flack's got a plan here. Takes it. Going to keep running up the middle, going nowhere.
All right, Daniel. Come on, buddy. Do your thing.
Going nowhere, but gets it centered up for Pisano. Pretty conservative set of play calls there with the ball down at the 12-yard line. A little surprised by that.
I was a little surprised, but as well as our defense is playing, that's fine. That's fine. But I would like to have seen. I'm going to tell you.
Union Pines Vikings.
All right, so at the end of 1, Cavaliers trying to tack on another field goal, already leading 3-0. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be back. You're watching the Classic Nissan Game of the Week.
This is a crisis alert from Save the Children. Hurricane Florence has slammed the East Coast, causing massive destruction. Millions are affected by this disaster. Families have lost everything. Children's lives have been turned upside down. They're frightened and need to feel safe again. Save the Children is on the ground with emergency response teams and critical supplies to help families in need. To learn how you can help, go online at savethechildren.org.
All right, we're back. Southern Lee up 3-0. And as you may know, as you've been watching a little while ago, the lights have gone out. A quarter of the lighting banks here in the stadium are out. The coaches have elected to play through the darkness, but we thought they might play to the same end, and apparently that's not going to happen. So we're down on the dark end of the field with Daniel Pisano attempting a 25, 26-yard field goal into the darkness. So, Don, what do you think about that?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to second guess the coaches, but I do wonder why.
Oh, I don't know about the coaches. I'm talking about the officials here. I'm just surprised we don't see them on the lit end of the field.
Yeah, that's a little surprising, but I guess if both coaches agreed to it, then that's fine. But I'm talking on the previous plays. We were talking about how conservative they were. I would have loved to have seen Logan Hare out there and Tanoa Lockley, at least 1 or 2 pass attempts to those two young men. I think we probably could have got 6.
Well, but instead they'll try for 3. Snap is down, kick is up, looks good from here, and it is now 6-0 Southern Lee. We'll take a quick break. 11:55 left, second quarter. Southern Lee 6, Union Pines 0.
Shop our inventory online at us1cdj.com.
All my sales, service, and finance has been done here at US 1. They are great guys to work with.
And I can honestly say that in every aspect of the process, I was included, I was respected, and I would highly recommend coming to give them a try.
I have shopped US 1 for over 20 years. Ranger Happy and I enjoy it, and we love this place.
Real prices, real people. Get the real deal
at US 1.
Are you ready to sell or buy? Call me, Crystal Copas, to assist you with that real estate transaction. Residential, commercial, or investment properties? With the RE/MAX brand and my highly efficient team, I'm your go-to girl with all the things in real estate.
We just love our new house in Broadway.
And it was made possible by Crystal Copas, who sold our previous home in only 3 days. And I promise you, she'll work just as hard for you.
Union Pines, 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Board with 3 split wide right. Sends it out to McCoy. McCoy's got some space up across the 40-yard line, close to a first down. We apologize for the audio difficulties. First time all season, Don. It's been crystal clear all year. You show up and there we go. There we go. Look at there.
And look,
Looks like it'll be
I mean, I just carry so much electricity with
Yes,
me.
sir.
It can't handle it.
Yes.
And not only that, you see the lights are going out, brother.
That's true.
And it happened to be the lights right next to us.
There may be something supernatural going on here.
Watch it. You better watch it.
All right, 2nd and 2 going on.
Chandler comes up to the line.
All right, board hands. McCoy's got some space. Good job of stringing that out by the defense. But on 2nd, they're going to mark him down short of the first down.
Yep, no gain
3rd
on
and
the
short
play.
coming. Really good job by the defense there stringing that out. That looked like a big play coming at the time it was handed off.
Number 2, Tayshawn McLaughlin on the tackle there for the
All
Cavs.
right,
Number 1,
so
Tyreek
the entire offense looking to the sideline.
on the play. It'll be 3rd and short for the Vikings.
All right, got trips away here.
Southern Lee showing man coverage across the board. 1 deep safety.
Tyshawn McLaughlin, nice tackle on that play.
All right. Whoa.
Not good. Here
They're not even going to make them work for it.
First down Vikings.
Good hard count there. Got a couple of Cavaliers offsides. So that moves the ball out close to midfield. Union Pines hasn't crossed the 50 yet.
Not yet.
And with that penalty, that'll bring
And that's
up
only the
another
second
UP
first down for the Vikings so far in this half, whose offense, you know, you would expect a lot of things out of Union Pines, and you would expect that this game could go a lot of different ways, but for their offense to have sputtered as badly as it has so far, that wasn't in the cards. And I'm going to tell you what, Board has run 140 yards to pick up none. Gets right back to the original line of scrimmage.
Several bad decisions there. Tackle maybe number 50, Elijah Barrett. Several bad decisions there. He had his receiver there, McCoy, his running back, wide open. He could have passed to him. He had green pastures. You know that TV show? McCoy had green pastures. It was just an 8-yard pass, wide open, and he chose to keep running in circles like it's a state fair.
He did.
It'll be 2nd and 9
He
for the
did.
Vikings.
I had visions of Rocky Balboa chasing the chicken. Yes, sir. But all of that for no gain, and I tell you what, it must be nice to be 17 years old and be able to run around like that and come back out for another play.
Rocky finally caught that chicken.
Yes, he did. All right, McCoy dancing in the holes, got some space, going to be out near another first down. That'll bring up 3rd and short.
Tackle made by Tanner Seagroves. Yeah. Good job, Tanner. Way to bring him down there, buddy.
That's a great block there by number 54, Nathan Trueblood.
Nathan Trueblood.
That's a good football name.
Yeah, Nathan is the younger brother of another standout Vikings player, Trueblood, that played here for the Vikings a couple of years ago.
All right, so 3rd and short one more time for the Vikings. Oh, a little trickery. Gonna hand inside, goes nowhere. Yeah, got a favorable spot. They're gonna give some forward progress.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Fourth down. They're calling fourth down.
Calling fourth down. That's gonna be 4th and an inch and a half.
Yep.
My eye is calibrated that way. Now he's changed his mind and wants to measure.
Tice there with the carry for the Vikings.
Whether or not he got this first down is questionable. Whether or not it was a favorable spot is not.
Guess what, Chris?
The lights are on.
There you go.
All right. Now, if we can keep our audio straight up here, it'll be beautiful. Well, maybe they're not going to call for the change.
It looks like we're going to take a timeout.
Now, here we go.
Yeah, they're going to change.
Here we go. I think he's a couple lengths short, Don. What's your call here?
Well, they called it short. I mean, both referees called it. The side judge both called him. He's short.
And they were both correct.
Yep.
Short by a couple inches. Last time we were in a situation like this.
Yeah, they're bringing on the.
Surely they're not going to play.
Nah.
Not in plus territory.
No.
Ball spotted at 41. They need, I don't know, less than 6 inches here.
And after the measurement, it is a confirmed 4th down. Looks like 4th and inches for the Vikings.
Now, we work a game every once in a while together, Don, because you do the PA duties. But if you work with me on the regular, you would know I can't stand teams lining up in the shotgun when they need 6 inches. Union Pines is going to start there. Here we go. Nope, now he's under center. Sneaks up. Going to hand it deep in the backfield to McCoy. McCoy,
let's say
pops it up.
Fumble.
And Union Pines falls on it. And we'll have the first down. That was eventful.
Yep.
Yeah, I have never understood why you stay in the gun and snap the ball 5 yards away from the spot that you're trying to get it to when you need
or a pitch back, one or the other. I think they sent those guys out. But, he came back in the I formation. I don't know, just line up under center and just let that big Hoss center just take it and just get that inch that you need to be done with it.
All right, the Vikings 1st and 10 strung a couple of first downs together.
Wake up, Chris. Wake up.
Ah, man. All right. Nobody quite sure what's going on there.
Chin strap issues there, Chris.
Boyd drops, looking down the right side. Ducks.
Keith Williams
going to be taken down for a sack by Keith Williams.
Nice tackle there.
High motor player with plenty of size behind him. Nice ball player.
53, Keith Williams with the tackle there for the Cavs.
I was able to meet his mother. couple of weeks ago. He was the player of the game, defensive player of the game, and I presented his trophy to her, and Zaxby's trophy and WBTF 46 for player of the game, defense player of the game. You know, you mentioned I worked the PA system, and I said, would an adult relative of Keith Williams please come to the box? You know, that's probably not the nicest thing to say, because you think bad thoughts.
Somebody's in trouble.
Somebody's in trouble or somebody's hurt.
Well,
but they sure were happy.
Get away with a hold, but it's not going to do any good as he's taken down. Boards dropped.
Elijah Barrett has made a couple of great plays tonight. That is critical. Union Pines finally gets it on the other side of the field into Cavalier territory, and the Cavaliers say, nope, we're not having it. Get back on your own side of the field.
Well, I tell you, the tackle goes to Elijah Barrett. Anthony Woods got mugged on the play.
Anthony has been playing great all night. That's okay. He'll bounce back.
Anthony Woods was getting undressed. All right, so board now 3rd and 22. Pass rush is coming. Woods is held again.
Look, get it, Tanner!
Up a mile in the air.
Oh, Lord.
And almost got a cheerleader in the back of the head.
I thought it went straight up there.
It pretty much did.
Hey, you know what? That's a turnover on downs, and that's another Cavalier first down. No, that's a fourth down.
There we go. We're getting a little bit too carried away.
Hold on a minute.
I missed one. I'm not going to chastise you, Don.
You're 15, Ethan McCain back to punt.
All right, Ethan McCain back to punt for Union Pines. Who do we got down here? Lockley.
Lockley's back. Yeah, I'm excited. Anytime Lockley gets the ball in his hand in open spaces, I am happy.
Yep.
Hasn't had a chance to return one. Flack was back for the first two. Lockley was back. This is the second time. Now, high snap on the last punt. See if Southern brings some pressure. They do. There's going to be a flag on the play. Pre-snap penalty. We'll march them back 5 more yards, I think. What do we got going on here? Delay a game, perhaps?
False start.
False start. That'll back it up even more. That punt will be coming now from the 44-yard line. Southern, I'm interested to see if they sell out on the block here, if they try to set up some sort of return.
Another high one.
High snap, and oh man,
that's a good punt.
I tell you what, it was a good flop by the punter too. He tried everything he could to get him a penalty, but no such luck. I tell you what, with as slow as that exchange has been the last 2 times, it's hard to believe Southern wasn't able to get a hand on that football. But short punt.
Take over first down on their own 29.
All right, here we go. Harrington back into the game at quarterback. Lockley looked like he was going to line up in the backfield, but now he splits out wide right. Tay Flack wide left. Who's in the backfield with Harrington?
They're
can't see. All right, man coverage across the board. No deep safety. They're going to take a shot. Gets it out there. Lockley's got one man to beat. Makes him miss.
Yep.
Going to get the first down.
Yep.
Forced out of bounds just across the 40-yard line. And I tell you, no safety back there. If they get that thing out there and he can make a quicker move than that, that'll go to the house.
No question. Tay Flack was back there to the left of Harrington. Great pass. Great reception.
And that's a Cavalier first down.
Yes, indeed. On the 39-yard line of the Cavaliers. 1st and 10. Flack out here to the near side. Is that Lockley to the far side?
All right, Harrington, hands up the middle. Tough running. Still fighting.
All right, there you go, Nick. Nick Locklear, running back for the Cavaliers. Held on to the ball that time. Last time he ran, he fumbled. This time he held on to it. Nice, powerful run. Gain of 5 yards, 4 yards.
Number 23, Nick Locklear with the carry there. Host of Vikings on the tackle. Bring up 2nd and 6 for the Cavs.
All right, 2nd and 7 coming up. Harrington takes a look at the defense. Hands up the ball. Juggling. Good job of hanging on to the football. Picks up 2 there. Locklear again on the carry.
Host of Vikings there again.
Tell you what, that was almost a disaster.
Got to hold on to that ball. You really have to protect that ball. You're too big. You're too strong of a player to not secure that football, son.
All right, 3rd and 5, just short of the 45-yard line. Big play in the game here. If Harrington can keep the offense on the field and extend this drive, you can run that clock down to next to nothing and hopefully come away with points. If not, Union Pine's going to get a chance to score before halftime. Harrington takes the snap, looking down the field. Now looking out right. Got wide open. Lockley's all alone. Makes a miss. Going in. Touchdown, Cavalier. That's not the most conventional way to do it, but boy, it's effective.
That's another touchdown pass for Harrington on the season. Another touchdown pass for Tanoa Lockley on the season. Well done. Wide open. Way to get separation. You see Tanoa Lockley get separation on that play. Great play.
Wow. Note to the Vikings coaching staff. Keep track of number 3. So with 4:31 left, Pisano will come out to try to add to the lead and stretch it to 13-0 as Southern Lee feeling themselves right now.
Number 1 wide receiver in the Tri-County 6. How do you lose that guy? I don't think you need to have him in single coverage, Chris Delambert.
No, sir. All right, into the now lit uprights. Pisano up high, spinning.
Yep.
Good. All right, that stretches the lead. Cavaliers 13, Vikings nothing. 4:31 left in the first half. We'll take a quick break. You are watching the Classic Nissan Game of the Week.
If something is worth doing, it's worth doing right. In this case, it's worth doing right and left. Introducing the all-new buttermilk and hand-breaded Southern Sweet and Smoky and Southern TLC chicken sandwiches. One has sweet pickles, shredded lettuce, smoky backyard sauce, and a potato bun. The other is an undeniable classic with lettuce, tomato, and mayo. Zaxby's. Friends. Family. Flavor. Order ahead on Zaxby's.com or use our app to skip the wait.
All right, welcome back to the Classic Nissan Game of the Week. I am Chris Delambert. Big Don Clayton here on color this afternoon. This evening, I suppose. It is late. And you can tell it's fall. You know, normally this time we were accustomed to that sun just going on across the field, but at this point it's dark. Last time we were here at Union Pines, it was freezing.
Freezing. It was a nice, beautiful day, but when that sun set, it got cold.
If you're in the stands,
and it is, so we were discussing, it's homecoming tonight, so again, these guys are pumped up, but it's good to have that touchdown. It's good to have this insurance on that scoreboard right now, because starting the second half, you know those kids are going to get, they're going to get told a few things at halftime. Starting the second half, Union Pines is going to receive that kickoff.
All right, that's the kick bounce there at about the 20-yard line. Going to bring it back a few yards, get it out down across 26, we'll call it. 1st and 10 Vikings, and if you're Southern, do not allow them to get any momentum here. You got to squash this drive, keep everybody in front of you.
Yeah, nice tackle there by Tanner Seagroves. He's played a good game tonight for that young man. But you're absolutely right. We've absolutely got to we don't need to let Union Pines get any momentum right now. Keep them on their side of the field. Let's continue to win this game of field position. We've got the lead right now, a pretty comfortable lead. Let's keep it going into halftime. 4 minutes to go here in the half.
Hey! A pick!
I'm telling you, that's my boy Anthony Woods. What? If he's not defensive player of the game, I don't know who is. I've been calling his name all night. Anthony Woods on that reception. That D-line just stuck up and said, come on, I'm right here. Can't you see me? I'm like 380 pounds. I'm right here. I'm 6'3". Come on, pass it right to me.
We talked earlier about those little floaters there behind the line of scrimmage. And I tell you what, they went to the well one time too many.
I think
Anthony Woods picks it off.
Pick off, 2-yard run back. I think he got tackled by the quarterback. I don't know. I was so excited. But I would have loved it for the homeboy to have ran it in for a pick 6. But nonetheless, great play. 72, Anthony Woods.
Ingram breaking tackles, fighting his way down inside the 15. So if you're Southern here, best case scenario, you grind this thing out.
Number 65, Josh
You're counting the clock down inside 4 minutes now. We were concerned about the Southern Lee defense being on the field too long to start this game. It could not have played out better for them.
No, absolutely.
And now with a chance to stretch the lead to 2 scores, very deliberate here by the offense. Harrington milking the clock down to nothing. All right, going to throw.
Got flag,
and just over his head. Tried to make the over-the-shoulder catch. and out of reach. And just as I talked about, running the clock down to nothing, they throw it into the end zone.
Yeah. This is a little bit different than the last time they were inside the 10 where they ran it 3 times up the middle. Now is the time we need to be running it. Let's get this clock down. Let's get into halftime with the lead. Even if you go – right now it's just a two-score game. Let's see. Even if we get a field goal, it'll be a 3-score game.
3rd and 7. Harrington in the gun. And that's going to get him 5 yards closer.
Thomas gets excited when he gets that hard snap. He likes that.
Flag on play.
All right, so this changes your thought process a little bit.
Yep. 3rd and short.
Good. So
I think you give it a big Rodney Ingram.
Assuming they don't flip the script and call procedure. There we go.
Yeah.
All right, so that's going to bring up 3rd and 2 at the 10-yard line. Yeah. Now you sort of have the whole playbook at your disposal.
Rodney Ingram, run it behind Corey West or Caden Reinhardt. Get them big boys involved. Get them big hogs involved.
I like that because there's very little bad that can happen there.
Very little.
Worst case scenario, you were gifted a field goal. Clock counting down inside 3.5 minutes. Ingram is in there.
Yep.
Harrington from the gun. Union Pines looking for that run up the middle. Here comes Ingram fighting. He's going to be really close. I think he's going to be a couple feet short of the first down.
He got it.
It's going to be close.
He's calling 4th down.
And Coach Neal with his first decision of the night.
Yeah, you're right.
First big decision. I'll run him again. Run him again.
Pisano. I agree with this call.
All right, ball centered up. Couldn't be much easier for Pisano here. This one will be from about 25. His chance to add a 3rd field goal here.
It'll still be a 2-score game if they can convert 2-point conversions. They'll tie it at 16 if Pisano can nail this.
I'm calling for him to go for it. I'm not the one that has to answer the boosters.
This is true.
That's all I have to say about it.
You hear that, Shane?
All right. Pisano's kick is up. Oh, my gosh.
No good.
That one was not struck well. Didn't see if there was a problem with the hold, but he's banked it off of the crossbar. And the score will stay at 13-0. I think we put the jinx on him, Don.
Yeah, well.
That's unfortunate. We put the hoodoo on him.
That's unfortunate, but Big Anthony Woods got a good interception. That was that's okay.
Well, it took some time off the board.
It took time off the clock. That's important. We're staying with our field position here. And you know what? For a team that runs and passes really well, boy, I tell you, you have to give it to our secondary and our D-line. We have really played outstanding in this first half.
All right, so 2:34 left in the half. Union Pines looking to get something going, and even the success that they've had on offense has not been anything that would demonstrate quick strike capability. And now this Southern Lee defense is playing inspired.
They really are playing inspired. You know, we've got the lead. They've made several plays on defense. They're pumping each other up. They came into Moore County ready to play football tonight, Chris Delambert.
Well, and I think Union Pines here looks like a team that just wants to run this clock out and get to halftime.
Yeah.
They are in a tight formation. I mean, you always have the chance that the back can break out of there and do something special, but this is an interesting formation. Timeout Union Pines, 2:05 left. We'll take a quick break and come back with the conclusion of the first half. You're watching the Classic Nissan Game of the Week.
It's game day at Classic Nissan.
I'm Mike Stozer, General Manager at Classic Nissan here at Sanford. My team of professionals have every position covered to meet all of your automotive needs.
The starting lineup. Your captains on offense, number 5, Holden Cruz. And number 10, Jasmine Dole. Your captains on defense, number 55, Wesley Tater Womack. Number 7, Steve Dandred. Whether you're a Yellow Jacket or a Cavalier, everybody gets a classic deal. For sales, service, or parts, visit us at ClassicNissanSanford.com or in person on Highway 87, right across from Walmart in Sanford.
Nobody beats a classic deal.
Official Caro sponsor.
For online banking made easy, there's only one choice, First Bank. Online banking, checking accounts for business and family to fit every need, including mobile banking, no-fee traveler's checks, and and money orders, and so much more. First Bank is conveniently located on Spring Lane, South Corner, and Sanford, and North Main and Broadway. First Bank is your progressive community bank.
Hi, I'm David Basheen. Here at First Bank, I feel like we've got all the right people in the right place to serve your banking needs now and in the future.
Millions plan for retirement online. Estimate your future benefits, apply for retirement, and manage your benefits all from the comfort of your home. And give yourself the freedom to do what you want offline. Social Security's online services help put you in control with secure access to your information anytime, anywhere, allowing you to spend more time with family, friends, or simply just enjoying the day. Social Security, securing today and tomorrow. See what you can do online at socialsecurity.gov.
U.S. taxpayer expense.
Welcome back. Chris Delambert, Don Clayton on the call here tonight as the Cavaliers have jumped out on top 13-0, looking to hold Union Pines right where they stand and go in after a close to flawless first half, really.
Well, coming out of a timeout there, Chris, if they were serious about just running out the clock, I doubt they would have called a timeout. So suddenly better watch out. However, they're set up to run the ball up the middle, so we'll see.
This looks like a Pinecrest formation here. We got 3 running backs in there. Board takes it, flips it to the right. Ball's on the ground.
My goodness.
Cavaliers have got it.
Yeah.
Oh,
how do you not?
No. Yeah. He's got it. Yeah. And Southern lead. As the Vikings go as conservative as you can get, turn it over again in the red zone.
Tyshawn McLaughlin, he got that fumble. He stuck the ball in his pocket. We didn't know if he had it or not. Then he brought it out at the last minute.
You better watch. He's going to get a talking call.
First down, Cavaliers.
Covered by the Cavaliers, they'll take over 1st and 10 in Viking territory.
All right, Thomas Harrington. One more again. Chance.
All right, we got to capitalize on this turnover.
Yeah, you know, you played that one, took one shot into the end zone, but I think you let it all hang out here.
What we got now?
I do want to say this, though. They've had the ball down tight a couple of different times. Lockley has not touched the ball inside the red zone yet.
I understand.
That's all I'm going to say.
And I'd like to see White Shoes out here myself.
Well, why not? All right, Flack comes in motion. Harrington flips it to him. Flack's going to keep it and fighting. Down, maybe gets a yard out of that.
That's okay.
Maybe an injured Cavalier on the play.
We keep them.
And that's not good. You got an injured Cavalier. One of the linemen is down.
Timeout for injury on the field.
And while the medical staff tends to the injury, we'll take a quick break. You're watching the Classic Nissan Game of the Week.
For decades, residents of Lee County have trusted First Health of the Carolinas to provide quality health care to the Sandhills region. First Health is excited to expand services offered in Lee County with the opening of the new First Health Lee campus located at 2919 Beech Tree Drive in Sanford. The newest First Health campus includes a 25,000 square foot fitness center with an indoor walking track, saltwater pool, weight area, cardio equipment, Les Mills group exercise classes, and so much more. Also offered within the fitness center are physical therapy and cardiac rehabilitation services. The 40,000 square foot medical office building includes a primary care practice, convenient care, outpatient imaging and laboratory services, back and neck pain, and a variety of surgical specialties. For more information about the new First Health Lee campus, visit our website at www.firsthealth.org or call 1-800-213-3284.
If something is worth doing, it's worth doing right. In this case, it's worth doing right and left. Introducing the all-new buttermilk and hand-breaded Southern Sweet and Smoky and Southern TLC chicken sandwiches. One has sweet pickles, shredded lettuce, smoky backyard sauce, and a potato bun. The other is an undeniable classic with lettuce, tomato, and mayo. Zaxby's. Friends. Family. Flavor. Order ahead on Zaxby's.com or use our app to skip the wait.
Shop our inventory online at us1cdj.com.
All my sales, service, and finance has been done here at US 1. They are great guys to work with.
And I can honestly say that in every aspect of the process, I was included, I was respected, and I would highly recommend coming to give them a try.
I have shopped US 1 for over 20 years. Ranger Happy and I enjoy it, and we love this place.
Real prices, real people. Get the real deal
at US 1.
Welcome back. Chris Delambert, Don Clayton here. Don?
Injured player is number 78, Clayton Reinhardt. It looks like he rolled his knee pretty bad. Still tending to him there on the field.
Well, both teams with an opportunity to go talk it over. And honestly, I think if you're Union Pines, you got to be pleased to a certain extent. You're not getting blown out right now with all of the turnovers and all of the mistakes. And it started right out of the chute with the onside kick attempt that went 15 yards backwards. Yeah. Just hadn't been their night so far. If you're Southern, you got to be feeling good, but this is still a ball game.
Definitely still a ball game. You've got to feel really good where you're at, but you could be feeling much, much better going into halftime. Now, here's the key. Here's the key. More than likely, with 1:47 to go in the second quarter, we will be going into halftime with a lead of some sort, more than likely.
I don't even know why you'd form your mouth up to say something like that, Don Clayton. Why would you even?
Look who we got out here at wide receiver, Thomas Harrington.
All right, so some trickery going on.
What I was going to say is they don't need to come out in the third quarter complacent. They need to keep
Very
fighting.
true.
Keep fighting.
All right, Tay Flack at quarterback. Flack's going to going to run the option, and it's out wide right. Breaking tackles down close to the 5-yard line, close to a first down. Clock continues to move inside 120.
Anthony Matthews in on that carry. Chris taking it for about 6 yards. It's going to be third down.
Number 2, Archie Chandler,
and what, 2?
Tackle for the Vikings.
I tell you what, this is a nice troop of running backs that the Cavaliers trot out there.
No question.
All right. So Flack,
white shoes, Logan Hare checking into the game.
Logan Hare checks in, split wide left. You can't miss the shoes. Lockley wide, split wide right. Little surprised Ingram's not in the game. Locklear and Matthews in the backfield with Flack. Flack, hands up the middle, fighting. Locklear's got the first down. That'll be a Cavalier first down.
Nick Locklear, nice, powerful run there. First and goal from about the 2.
And there's better news coming back into the ball game. Looks like
Clayton
that offensive
Reinhardt
line is back to full strength. That's awesome.
First down.
That is awesome. And a sigh of relief from everybody over there on the Cavaliers sideline.
Clayton Reinhardt, number 78, O-lineman for the Cavs. Super good kid. Very, very talented football player. But better yet, just a very good kid.
All right, first and goal. Southern's still got a couple of timeouts. Clock ticking down to 35 seconds now. Flack's got some time to play with, but doesn't want to get sloppy. All right, he's going to keep it. Bounces out of there. Now he's going backwards. You don't want to see that. Get the timeout, Coach Neal. Get the timeout. Get the timeout. Clock down inside 20 seconds. Nope, 22. They'll stop it.
Number 12, Hayden.
Cavaliers get a timeout. And they're got another couple cracks here. But I tell you what, when you punch it in the middle like that, don't go backwards to try to get outside there.
No, don't go backwards. The chances of you making anything happen there are slim to none. Now, here's the thing. The positive side of what happened there is it's still just second down. But it gives you another 4 or 5 yards to play with if you want to hit one of your receivers.
That's absolutely true. The closer you get to that goal line, the less space you've got to back those DBs up, so they're not in quite the same tight box. And in the end, Flack's run didn't go that far backwards. They gave him an awful nice spot based on forward progress. So not the end of the world. So 6 yards out, second and goal coming up. 21 and a half seconds left. Stunned silence maybe is a little bit too strong, but not a whole lot of joy and excitement over here. We're on the Union Pines side of the field. The band is lined up, and I tell you, it was a raucous crowd coming in, all the shout-outs, callbacks going on. Band did a great job. Kudos to the Vikings marching band for their rendition of the national anthem.
Yeah, they do a great job. But I would love to see a quick slant route to Logan Hare here on the near side. I'd love to see that. You got Caleb Medlock out there too.
Interesting alignment they got here.
Yeah.
All right, Ingram in the backfield. Lockley out wide right. Flack at quarterback. You've got Matthews, Medlock, and Hare. And they're going to give it to Ingram. Ingram fighting forward down inside the 5 to the 4-yard line. 16 seconds left. Southern going to burn another timeout.
Defensive line holding true there. Number 20, Ronnie Ingram with the carry.
Maybe a yard, 3rd and 5.
Well, and as favorable as the spot was for Flack last down, I think that one was referees being stingy. I think they took a yard from Mr. Ingram there, but ball will be lined up at the 5-yard line. So at this point, you take a shot in the end zone.
I mean, I would.
The scoreboard's not doing us any favors.
No, but I'm telling you,
on as far as timeouts remaining.
For more than 35 years, Timothy Hill
No, it's not,
has been covering high school,
but
college, and professional sports.
I would like to see us put it in the air one time right here.
TimothyHill.com or on Facebook at Timothy Hill Photography.
We believe the Cavaliers still have a timeout left.
They do. We have one timeout left.
All right. See, we talked about the quality of the PA announcement at Southern Lee.
It's pretty good.
And the scoreboard operator.
I don't know about that, Cat. The PA announcer down there pretty good.
Not handling their business here in Union Pines. All right, Flack. 3rd and goal from the 5. Flack takes the snap, rolling right, looking to keep. He may get in there. Oh, he's going to be just short. Marked down about a foot short of the goal line.
Timeout.
Clock deck ticking down to 8.5 seconds. Go for it, Coach.
Yeah, no question.
Go for it.
No question here. That's what you got.
You got Rodney Ingram. Pound him up the middle.
No question about it.
Looks like it'll be 4th
down. You got a man down? No. That's Flack playing possum there. A little slow getting up.
They sent Pisano out.
Yeah, Vikings have got a player. Seems a little hobbled here.
Daniel Pisano has come out onto the field.
Very surprised by this call here. Very surprised. You got a foot. Well, they're gonna get a chance to talk about it through the injury. I would not be surprised if Coach Neal changes his mind on this one.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
This also, the other thing to keep in mind, Don, this is a tough angle. You're almost out at the right hash, and this is shorter than a field goal. That's a very dramatic angle he's going to be kicking into if he attempts his field goal.
It's 1 yard shorter than his game-winning kick against Jordan. It would be a 17-yarder from where he's at right now.
That 17-yarder was pretty well centered up.
That is true.
These are the field goals. I think the difficulty in high school football in particular is underrated because the hashes are so dramatic.
That's true.
And they get closer to the middle of the field as you move up in levels.
And what's really, which is again surprising why Pisano is still out on the field.
Well, we'll see if Coach Neal changes his mind. He's certainly not listening to us.
Well, he could be. I mean, stranger things have happened. I mean, it's a little strange night tonight. I see a full moon somewhere.
Well, let's see what's going on. Pisano's going back to the sideline, and the offense is coming back out.
And the Cavalier fans are happy about that.
And my story is always going to be, if this goes successfully, that you and I talked him out of it.
I agree. There's no question about it.
The microphones down to the sideline are hot enough behind us. They can hear us. They know what we're saying.
No question about it.
Now, if they get stopped short here, my story –
I don't think that's going to happen.
One thing I like about this.
Sideline, glad to see him up.
I don't think that's going to happen.
All right. Ingram not in the game. Matthews is he? Nope. You've got Locklear and Matthews back. Flack out of the gun.
And ladies and gentlemen, it's 4th and short for the Cavs here. You got to help these Viking boys out.
The marker on the far side is misleading. The spot here is about 1.5 feet from the goal line. The marker on the right sideline shows it's about 2, but literally about 1.5 feet to go here. Flack from the gun. Matthews and Locklear in the backfield with him. Hands to Locklear.
Touchdown.
It's going around the right side. Flack fighting. Touchdown, Cavaliers!
And that's another touchdown, Cavaliers!
What a play!
Flack with the carry. Running it to the far side of the field.
Locklear sold the fake up the middle. Flack kept it, and good, hard running scores to stretch the lead out to 3 scores with 2.5 seconds remaining in the half.
You know what? That fooled everybody. Yep. Fooled me, fooled you. It fooled everybody in the stands, the coaches. Everybody thought Rodney Ingram was going to get that ball. Tay kept it, ran it out to the side. Touchdown, Cavaliers.
All right, Pisano wanted to add the extra point. And we said stunned silence might be an overstatement before. Not so much anymore.
We have to make a defensive play. play. Let's be in Falcon here.
All right, Pisano holds us down. That one looks good. And back to where we should be all along. Right. Pisano adds it. That'll stretch it out to 20-0 in favor of the Southern Lee Cavaliers.
And the Cavaliers now hold a 28-0 lead over your Union Pines.
So what are your instructions to the kickoff team at this point, Big Don?
Kick it deep. Kick it deep. Don't try to do anything silly or fancy or maybe a squibble kick. Maybe you do a squibble kick or something, but just kick it. Kick it. You got 2 seconds. The chances of them running it back for 6 is, it's pretty slim. So, dribble it down 10, 15, 20 yards, What do you think?
Oh, I think you'll see that big high spinner to one sideline or the other.
There you go. You think we'll see what Union Pines tried to begin the game? You think we might see one of those?
I'm going to say I doubt it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I doubt it.
I don't hear sweep the leg. You need to play sweep the leg.
All right, so the Cavaliers line up. No big plays here. That's the refrain. I'm sure the coaching staff has put it in their heads. And Pisano kicks that big high spinner, and it will be caught at the 40 where the ball carrier goes down immediately, keeps time on the clock. 2.4 showing on the big board. And I tell you what, given the way the last thing went down, just executing a pitch, I think you just take a knee here and get back into the field house and talk about this.
No question about it.
I don't think that Union Pines coaching staff wants the ball changing hands too many times on this play. They instead of coming out packed in like they were before, they've got a man out wide to each side. Now the back is way back there playing center field, and appears that Rory Board will take a knee, and that will bring us to the end of the first half, where it's been all Southern Lee, 20-0. We will come back and talk about what we saw after a quick break. You're watching the Classic Nissan Game of the Week.
Shop our inventory online at us1cdj.com.
All my sales, service, and finance has been done here at US 1. They are great guys to work with.
And I can honestly say that in every aspect of the process, I was included, I was respected, and I would highly recommend coming to give them a try.
I have shopped US 1 for over 20 years. Ranger Happy and I enjoy it, and we love this place.
Real prices, real people. Get the real deal
at US 1.
US 1 Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep presents Halftime Report on WBFT.
I'm Chris Delambert. My sidekick today, Big Don Clayton. We thought this would be an evenly matched game. 2 teams coming in at 3-2, really sort of, hoping to solidify their place among the hierarchy in the conference. And what we've seen has been pretty lopsided up to this point.
I'm really surprised. And, we mentioned it during the game. I don't know if it's jitters. I don't know what it is. Homecoming is really important to these kids at this age. They want to come out. This is the biggest showing they will have all year. They've got relatives all over the place, relatives they didn't even know they had coming in from Lumberton and Robbins and Red Springs and all over the world. And they want to play hard for them, so their nerves and their jitters, I don't know if that's what it is, but it's certainly not what I expected. I expected a much more competitive contest in this first half, but that's not what we got.
Well, I would imagine that the halftime discussion, let's call it, that's going on right now with Union Pines, little heated.
Little heated. I think those coaches are ready to get in there.
Little heated. There's it's amazing that the scoreboard says 20-0. You have to bear in mind the first 2 passes Thomas Harrington threw tonight were interceptions.
If any player wanted to come back to that sideline and hang their head, it would have been Thomas Harrington. But that's not this Cavaliers team. Bounce back, very proud of all the kids. Not just Thomas, but the other kids. When you have a turnover, especially early in the game, it can set the precedent for the rest of that game. And those kids did not let that affect them, not one single bit. They stayed with it. They stayed focused.
Proud of the kids, especially on our defense, man. Our defense, we have won field position all night, and we've got a 20-0 lead to show for it. Proud of the kids, both on offense and defense. But what about Big 72 Anthony Woods?
Buddy.
Woo!
Wow, what
he
a
has
night
been playing. He's probably had about 8 tackles a night, but that one interception that he had, he just stood up there and said, "Look at me. Look at all 6'8" of me, 350 pounds. I'm right here, baby. Throw it to me. I'm wide open." And he threw it right till he's wide open. He caught it. And then you got Tanoa Lockley. Was it Tanoa who recovered that fumble down there? Tyshawn McLaughlin, number 2 for the Cavaliers, recovered a fumble. He wanted to play trickery. He put it in his pocket. He held it for a little bit. Nobody knew where the ball was, and he brought it out and said, "I got it." First down, Cavaliers.
You've been watching the US1 Chrysler Dodge Jeep halftime show. Don Clayton with some astute analysis going on there. It's been all southerly up to this point. We're hoping for a second half just like that. And even if not, we can still get out of here with a W.
US1 Chrysler Dodge and Jeep presents Halftime Report on WBFT.
Shop our inventory online at us1cdj.com.
All my sales, service, and finance has been done here at US1. They are great guys to work with.
And I can honestly say that in every aspect of the process, I was included, I was respected, and I would highly recommend coming to give them a try.
I have shopped US1 for over 20 years. Ranger Happy and I enjoy it, and we love this place.
Real prices, real people. Get the real deal
at US1.
If something is worth doing, it's worth doing right. In this case, it's worth doing right and left. Introducing the all-new buttermilk and hand-breaded Southern Sweet and Smoky and Southern TLC chicken sandwiches. One has sweet pickles, shredded lettuce, smoky backyard sauce, and a potato bun. The other is an undeniable classic with lettuce, tomato, and mayo. Zaxby's. Friends. Family. Flavor. Order ahead on Zaxby's.com or use our app to skip the wait.
For online banking made easy, there's only one choice, First Bank. Online banking, checking accounts for business and family to fit every need, including mobile banking, no-fee traveler's checks and money orders, and so much more. First Bank is conveniently located on Spring Lane, South Corner, and Sanford, and North Main and Broadway. First Bank is your progressive community bank.
Hi, I'm Dave Machine. Here at First Bank, I feel like we've got all the right people in the right place to serve your banking needs now and in the future.
Are you ready to sell or buy? Call me, Crystal Copas, to assist you with that real estate transaction. Residential, commercial, or investment properties? With the RE/MAX brand and my highly efficient team, I'm your go-to girl with all the things in real estate.
We just love our new house in Broadway.
And it was made possible by Crystal Copas, who sold our previous home in only 3 days. And I promise you, she'll work just as hard for you.
For decades, residents of Lee County have trusted First Health of the Carolinas to provide quality health care to the Sandhills region. First Health is excited to expand services offered in Lee County with the opening of the new First Health Lee campus located at 2919 Beech Tree Drive in Sanford. The newest First Health campus includes a 25,000 square foot fitness center with an indoor walking track, saltwater pool, weight area, cardio equipment, Les Mills group exercise classes, and so much more. Also offered within the fitness center are physical therapy and cardiac rehabilitation services. The 40,000 square foot medical office building includes a primary care practice, convenient care, outpatient imaging and laboratory services, back and neck pain, and a variety of surgical specialties. For more information about the new First Health Lee campus, visit our website at www.firsthealth.org or call 1-800-213-3284.
It's game day at Classic Nissan.
I'm Mike Stozer, General Manager at Classic Nissan here at Sanford. My team of professionals have every position covered to meet all of your automotive needs.
The starting lineup. Your captains on offense, number 5, Holden Cruz. And number 10, Jasmine Dole. Your captains on defense, number 55, Wesley Tater Womack. Number 7, Steve Dandrin. Whether you're a Yellow Jacket or a Cavalier, everybody gets a classic deal. For sales, service, or parts, visit us at ClassicNissanSanford.com or in person on Highway 87, right across from Walmart in Sanford.
Nobody beats a classic deal.
Official Caro sponsor. It's game day at Classic Nissan.
I'm Mike Stozer, General Manager at Classic Nissan here at Sanford. My team of professionals have every position covered to meet all of your automotive needs.
The starting lineup. Your captains on offense, number 5, Holden Cruz. And number 10, Jasmine Dole. Your captains on defense, number 55, Wesley Tater Womack. Number 7, Steve Dandrin. Whether you're a Yellow Jacket or a Cavalier, everybody gets a classic deal. For sales, service, or parts, visit us at ClassicNissanSanford.com or in person on Highway 87, right across from Walmart in Sanford.
Nobody beats a classic deal.
Official Caro sponsor.
All right, welcome back to Union Pines here in Carthage, North Carolina. One half in the books. It's been all Cavaliers. Vikings will receive the ball to start second half and hope that they can get off the schneid. That offense, well, you look at it on paper, Don, we just haven't seen what the Vikings are capable of doing.
Well, we might see it in the second half, so let's make sure that our boys are prepared. We cannot be content. We got a little bit of insurance at the end of the half, but we can't be content. At halftime, the lights went out again, Chris. Looks like they're a little bit funky tonight, but they are back as we speak. I also want to send my condolences, thoughts, and prayers to the family of Samantha Davis. You see here on the 25-yard line, they have SD for Samantha Davis, the young lady, the band member here at Union Pines, track and field member who tragically passed away a couple of weeks ago.
Boy, I tell you what, Southern almost recovered that spinner. Squirts through the hands. Well, I guess it went out on the fly.
I don't know, unless we have some kind of personal foul.
Second half, it looks as if there's a flag on the play.
Because I don't think it was kicked out of bounds. I'm pretty sure somebody touched it.
Ayla Cudahy, if you were in the stands, you were needed at the front gates. Or the mother of Ayla Cudahy, will you please meet Mr. Martin at the front gate?
So both kickoffs to begin the halves of this game have resulted in procedure penalties. That one a little bit more traditional. All right. They call fair catch interference. Yeah. I'm not sure I saw the fair catch signal for, but I'm not going to argue with the officials.
No, but it looks like that, and explain to me the colors of paint. You got gloss, you got semi-gloss, you got flat. What's the real shiny one? Semi-gloss?
No.
Gloss?
Satin. Satin.
Actually,
I think satin is sort of a semi-gloss.
Is it? Well, look at the Union Pines. They used to have a flat, matte helmet, and now they've got this gloss, semi-gloss helmet that looks good. It's nice and shiny.
Good catch.
Tackle made there by big number 57 for the Cavaliers.
It is a neat color blue in that helmet.
It is.
Because at some, at different times it looks from silver, some sort of gunmetal gray, and then sometimes blue, just depending upon how the light's hitting it.
That's true.
All right, Rory Board takes the snap, pitches right. Tyreek McCoy on the carry, gets around the edge, takes on a man, is going to be pulled down at the 40-yard line, brings up third down. Ball comes out there. Cavaliers pleading their case. And they're going to.
33, Anthony Matthews with the tackle there.
Officials are talking about it. But no, in the end, they say the ball carrier was down, so it's third down. Third and 5 coming up.
During this quick break here, Tanner Seagroves has changed jerseys. I don't know if he maybe had a little blood on the previous jersey. He was number 1. Tanner Seagroves is now number 57.
You know, if given the choice between 2 jersey numbers to have, I think he'd prefer the number 1.
Right.
So he must have really torn that jersey up.
He must have. You know, I wonder how many extra jerseys
snap.
did they
Hands
bring.
inside to McCoy. McCoy fighting close and is going to pick up the first down. Gets about 6 on the carry. Vikings on the move down to the 36-yard line.
You know, we're early in this drive, but thus far this is the best drive the Vikings have had all night.
McCoy, that yardage is enough for a UP. First down.
Frankly, Don, that's not saying a whole lot, given what the offense for the Vikings was doing in the first half, or failing to do, whichever way you look at it.
That's exactly right.
But,
which is
they're coming out. Well, they've decided they're going to establish the run one way or the other. That's McCoy carrying again. He's only going to get a couple.
Elijah Brown in there on the tackle. Got the student section over here for Union Pines all fired up. But that's the reason I say this is the best drive they've had all night. That isn't saying a whole lot for Union Pines. But they've obviously been coached up a little bit at halftime, and they're ready to come out and show this crowd that's here tonight on this Friday night, this beautiful Friday night, what kind of club they are.
Well, and, you know, you can't lose sight of the fact this is a club that puts up over 400 yards of offense a game.
Exactly.
They've got weapons. All right, McCoy gets it one more time. He's just getting lathered up now. He's going to be pulled down about 4 yards short of the first down. Another third down try coming for the Vikings.
Tyreek McCoy finding a hole there.
All right, so that'll bring up third down and 4 on the Cavalier 30-yard line.
53, Keith Williams there on the tackle.
What do you expect to see from this Vikings offense? We've seen them in third and manageable several times tonight. What do you think?
Oh, I think that you're probably going to see some type of play option maybe.
Discussing it there in the backfield. Board takes the snap. Doesn't hand to McCoy. Fakes it. Now he's throwing in that. Oh, I tell you what. Whoa, is there no flag? Oh,
yeah, they threw it at
my goodness. That comes out late, and there were a couple officials with a better look at that. Be interested to see what they call, if they just call pass interference, or if he got into him with his head.
No.
But I tell you,
that's pass interference on number 33, Anthony Matthews.
Thought the Cavaliers might get away with one, but they don't.
It was a late flag, but it was probably the right flag.
Well, sure.
The coach got in his ear, and then he went, I watched it. That was an influence call right there. All right. Hey,
well, as you may hear, the Southern League coaching staff not real impressed with the call, but one way or the other, it'll be first down at the 15-yard line for the Vikings.
This is exactly what I expected from the Vikings. I just hope the Cavaliers can bend but not break.
All right, that's thrown deep. They lost track of everybody, and boy, I tell you what,
this is
lucky that thing sails out of bounds.
First time tonight the Cavaliers defense has been tested, Chris. They're backed up against the wall. All great defenses bend, but they don't break. So right now is an opportunity for the Cavaliers to show that is the exact thing that they are wanting to do, and they're going to show to do.
Second and 10 for the Vikings.
Hey, run Mike wide.
Casimir Van Buren there. That's the first time he's been targeted tonight, which is a little surprising. Comes in as the leading receiver for the Vikings.
Van Buren. What is that?
It's a presidential name. All right, McCoy stacked up in the backfield. Going to be third and long.
Number 72, big Anthony Woods in there on that tackle.
When Anthony Woods is not being held tonight, he's making a play seemingly every down.
No question.
Number 1, Tyreek McCoy with the carry for the
Van
Vikings.
Buren. Is that Scottish? What is that? I think it's the same origin.
Vans, aren't those Dutch names?
Yeah, I believe it might be a Dutch country.
Chandler's the permanent free man.
Number 72, Anthony Woods.
All right,
there for the Cavs.
Rory Board surveys the defense. Takes snap. Got a whistle. Flag comes out.
Have a false start.
Got to think this is on the offense here. There you go. Snap infraction. Center must have moved the ball there. So with clock stopped, 8:42 left in the third quarter. Now this gets a little dicey. 3rd and 14 coming up. And you're back almost to the 20. So I guess the question from a play calling standpoint here, Don, is this 4-down territory? Do you think about making this third down in 2 downs, or are you trying to get it all right here?
No question, it's 4-down territory.
All right, blitz coming off the edge. McCoy's got it, runs right through where the blitzer came from, and is going to take it to the house. Touchdown. Yes, touchdown Vikings. Nice play, and I tell you, the Cavaliers gambled and brought the blitzer, and McCoy did a really good job of identifying it, running right through where the end had come from, gave up that edge. And McCoy almost unscathed into the end zone, and that cuts the lead to 20-6. And this is about as bad a start as Southern Lee could have gotten to start the second half.
This is true, which is why the insurance that we picked up at the end of the first half was key and vital to this ball game. Now, what we have to do is come back and answer. We have to put additional points on the board. You know Union Pines is not going to settle for homecoming and getting beat by 20 points.
All right, we know what Southern Lee's got at kicker. This will be the first attempt for Union Pines, and that's up and straight through and good. So with 8:18 left in the third quarter, it's now 20-17 Southern Lee Cavaliers. We'll take a quick break. You're watching the Classic Nissan Game of the Week.
Hey. Okay, Dax. Prostate cancer exam time.
Not happening.
Dax.
Listen, I'd rather do anything than get a prostate exam.
I'd rather sit in the middle seat on a long haul. I'd rather sort my nephew's Legos by color. I'd rather do hot yoga next to a sanitation worker. I'd rather fold a fitted sheet. The corner? Dax, a prostate cancer screening starts with a simple blood test, which we are already doing today.
Smart.
Seriously, it's that easy. Go to pcf.org to learn more.
All right, welcome back. Vikings will kick it off to Southern Lee, who hadn't even really bent. You'd say bend but not broken in the first half, but they really didn't even bend. But assisted by a couple of 15-yarders, the Vikings walk the ball down the field, punch it in for a touchdown, and get back in this.
You know, we mentioned that Southern Lee could not come out of halftime complacent. They had to come out. You know that Union Pines is not going to put up with this at home. They were going to come out in the second half and try to be dominant, and they were on that opening drive. Try that onside kick again.
And there's a flag going to come out. One of the Union Pines players kicked that thing ahead trying to help out.
And it didn't go 10 yards either. But
so Union Pines with their second onside kick attempt, and as bad as that was,
I don't understand that, Chris.
You don't understand the attempt?
I know. Not with 8 minutes and 18 seconds to go in the third quarter, only down 2 scores. I don't understand. That's twice they've tried that. First, the trickery on the opening play. I don't know if
now, see, I'm a little confused by that, Don.
That's what I'm saying.
Why wasn't the same call made to start the game?
I don't know.
Cavaliers will take over.
That's bizarre.
But they were saying that was an attempted squib kick, not an onside kick. I don't know. But that senior kicker.
All right, Harrington with 3 men out in the route. Harrington dropping.
Flack
gets it out quick to Flack. Flack makes a man miss. He's at the 40. Hits it outside, inside the 30, down to the 25, down close to the 20 before he's forced out of bounds. Nice individual effort after a nice delivery from Harrington, but Flack making it happen.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something right now. Who made that play? Once again, big number 72, Anthony Woods. I know I keep calling his name all night, but he made a critical block there on that play, and he had an opportunity to block that cat in the back, and he laid off of him, and just, you know, that's one of the things that you hate to negate a big run and a big play like that is some kind of a block in the back or a hold. Good job, Anthony Woods. Smart play.
I tell you what, Union Pines with 9 men in the box, they are not wanting Southern Lee to run this football. They're going to make Harrington beat him through the air. All right, Harrington swings it out to Lockley. Lockley, God, tell you what, he's out there. He's outside. He's going to get down inside the 5. Touchdown, Cavaliers!
ANSWER.
You get number 3 into space like that, good things are going to happen. Tanoa Lockley with his second touchdown of the game and extends that length by which he is the best receiver in this conference.
No question about it. Just a great pass by Thomas Harrington there. Nice play. Tanoa Lockley, zoom pass to Union Pines defenders for a 6-point Cavalier touchdown.
As opposed to the 5-point touchdown that he might have got.
That might have got that. We got the 6-point kind.
Now Daniel Pisano going to give us 7 points.
Trying to make it the 7-point kind. Here we go. Pisano for the extra point. Been flawless save for one. Really bad attempt. All right, hold is down. Kick is up. Looking good. Looking good. Yep. 27-7. The Cavaliers stretch that lead back out. We will be right back with the kickoff. You're watching the Classic Nissan Game of the Week.
BAT is up and good.
If something is worth doing, it's worth doing right. In this case, it's worth doing right and left. Introducing the all-new buttermilk and hand-breaded Southern Sweet and Smoky and Southern TLC chicken sandwiches. One has sweet pickles, shredded lettuce, smoky backyard sauce, and a potato bun. The other is an undeniable classic with lettuce, tomato, and mayo. Zaxby's. Friends. Family. Flavor. Order ahead on Zaxby's.com or use our app to skip the wait.
Ace Hardware, Napa.
Well, I tell you what, Chris, you know, that right there is the type of situation that completely takes the air out of the stadium. They were pumped. They come out in the second half. They march all the way down the field, get a touchdown, come out. 2 plays later, touchdown, Cavaliers.
Well, and I tell you what, we alluded earlier about the fact that the Vikings had foregone establishing the run to open up the passing game. Southern's been running that ball into the belly all day. Union Pine's response to that was to stack 9 men in the box and dare them to run it up the middle. What do you get? You get it out around that edge. You create a one-on-one matchup on the edge for Noah Lockley. He's going to win that 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, perfectly called, perfectly executed by the coaches and the players.
All right, Pisano crossed the return man up, gets it out. The ball's rolling around. It's going to be fielded at the 2. Coming out and going to be taken down. There's a block in the back coming. So the return is out to the 17. Think we'll take that back halfway to the goal line. Yep. So Pisano caught the return team off guard and actually kicked it deep. And that ball was rolling around, and the return man couldn't decide whether to pick it up, and it might have just rolled dead at the 2-yard line. Snatched it up, brings it back out short of the 20, and then it's compounded with a penalty on the play. So you've got Union Pine's going to start from inside their own 10 here.
This will be a test of their will right here to come back after that major disappointing effort on defense in the previous play.
Well, and I tell you, down 3 scores with about 20 minutes left on the clock altogether, you got to start counting possessions. We're not down to the point where every one of these possessions is a must-score opportunity for the Vikings, but we're not far from it.
We're not far from it, Chris, that's for sure. A lot of it's going to depend on what the Vikings do on this series of possession right here.
All right, so Southern, I'm certain what they want to do is keep everything in front of them. No big plays. And you've got to make sure and they're going to give them a couple yards there.
Was it Chandler that jumped? Number 9?
Yes, sir, it was. He took a step. And I think was trying to move in slow motion. Like if he moved slow enough back, they wouldn't see that he had actually moved in the first place. Yes, sir.
All right, so what do you think about the high school rule where the referees don't call out the numbers of the penalty? What do you think about that? I mean, these are men out here. What do you think? You can't baby them like that. Call the number out.
Anybody that's paying enough attention to care. Oh, my gosh.
Got a sack.
Wow, the pass rush is on fire tonight.
Turn around, young man. Yep, that was Chandler.
He got it back.
Yeah, he got it back. He said, that's me. He said, that's me, Coach. I'm going to get it back for you.
Well, he knew he was going to be running laps.
Yes.
On Monday. Now maybe he'll
call the number. Easy. These are men. They're playing football. Call the number.
I'm okay with that. Accountability, that's the thing for me. Yep. I'm an old Army guy. Accountability is all right. If you're big enough to strap it on and get out there and pop people in the mouth.
They're stacked. Hey, they got
getting your number called when you mess up.
There you go.
Hey,
I'm all for that.
That's just part of it.
Yes, sir. What do we got now? Timeout, Union Pines.
Union Pines wants to talk about it. While they do, we'll take a break. You're watching the Classic Nissan Game of the Week. Southern lead with a 27-7 lead with 7:03 left in the third quarter.
Are you ready to sell or buy? Call me, Crystal Copas, to assist you with that real estate transaction. Residential, commercial, or investment properties? With the RE/MAX brand and my highly efficient team, I'm your go-to girl with all the things in real estate.
We just love our new house in Broadway.
And it was made possible by Crystal Copas, who sold our previous home in only 3 days. And I promise you, she'll work just as hard for you.
So, Chris, we're back here with 7 minutes and 3 seconds to go in the third quarter. It's second down and 12 for the Vikings. Way deep back in their own territory. They're down 20 points. What do you think they do here?
Tough to say, Donnie.
Well, I tell you, they got to move the ball, man.
The only thing worse than me eating a mouthful of crackers and making you bring it back in is you calling me out with a mouthful of crackers.
Well, I wasn't looking your way.
That was pretty awesome.
I wasn't looking your way, and then whenever I realized you weren't answering me, I was looking your way, and that was nice to see. Thanks for sharing your crackers.
All right, board drops, throws it. Got a man. Going to be forced out at the 5-yard line.
Oh,
that's
no,
Van Buren.
That's a terrible call.
That is an awful call.
Elijah Fox is going to get called for
Pass completed to number 5.
for unnecessary roughness.
Number 4,
hit out of bounds.
That's some home cooking, Don.
That's home cooking. I mean, homecoming, home cooking, chili, whatever you want to make. That's what we got.
Hey, whoa. It's half distance, coach.
No.
Oh, no. We blew it.
No.
No home cooking going on.
No.
My fault.
My bad. I apologize, Mr. Whitehead. I apologize. Coach Patterson is happy.
I'm questioning. Well, maybe a little surprising. They
lost
the outcome of the play. You only get about 2 yards there.
Yeah, maybe.
And they get the down over.
That's right. Yeah. So
Coach Neal knows better than we do.
Replay it. Replay it down
yeah.
pretty much.
All right. So here we go. 2nd and 13, backed up to the 2-yard line. Rory Board trying to find a window. This Southern Lee defense has been everywhere. All right. The run is to McCoy. McCoy pulled down close to the goal line.
Oh, not a safety, but that's number 55, Big Sam Singer. You don't call Sam Singer's name a lot, but you know he's in on almost every single play. Big fella. International transfer student for last year. I believe he's now a permanent resident. Born in Nebraska, raised overseas.
I thought you were going to tell me he was a transfer student, a foreign exchange student from Nebraska. I thought that's where you were going with that.
Now, he's born in Nebraska, went to international.
Well, Nebraska to North Carolina, he might as well be a foreign
true.
exchange student.
That's
all right, and again. That's been the story of the night. Is that ball on the ground?
Oh yeah,
the official signaling. They haven't even umpiled, but he's decided that Union Pine's going to hold on to that. So it'll be 4th down.
Hey, did they go for it here? Are they in 4th down territory?
We'll have to wait and see what the coaches
do. We'll see what they do.
They will not be going for it here, but you need to remember, all night they have had problems on this exchange. Mm-hmm. Southern has not.
It's high.
Southern has not unleashed the dogs on this punt rush team.
Nope.
Go get that block.
Go get a block.
Go get that block.
Or if it's over his head, we get a safety and we get the ball. So
I want to see him coming from every angle. There's no fake coming. Sell out. Go block that punt. And the snap is high, and there's no pressure.
That's all right.
Low spinning kick, going to get out near midfield. Great kick.
Wow.
50 yards on the punt by the time he finishes spinning. So a great result. I'm stunned Southern didn't go after that kick, but
at least make him a little nervous. But that's okay. We got the ball again. Winning field position.
Yes,
okay?
sir.
Other than that opening drive from Union Pines, we are still winning field position here. We take over at the Cavalier 49-yard line, 1st and 10.
Well, the air has been sucked out of this building, hasn't it?
I was sitting here thinking the exact same thing. Not only has the air been sucked out of this building, but so has the breeze. It's a little bit
So I do have a question for you. Who did Southern Lee play for homecoming at their place last year?
You would have to ask me that.
It was Union Pines.
Oh, yeah, it was Union Pines. I believe this year's going to be Western.
How'd that game turn out?
Well, we lost.
Yes.
We lost by 7 points, so we're not going to let that. I believe it was 36-29, something like that. We lost that game.
So they came in here.
They racked up 455 yards on us last year in that loss at homecoming. You're absolutely right, Chris. Good point. Going to come in for a little revenge, maybe.
Here to provide good color commentary. That's what I do, Don. Oh, wait.
You're play-by-play.
Oh, yeah.
So
they'll get a yard out to midfield as Harrington keeps the ball.
Winding the clock, baby.
Yeah. Now, we talked about it 3 or 4 minutes ago in terms of clock time. Now,
Bring up 2nd and 9 for the Cavs.
you're down inside 18 total minutes left in the game. You want to start winding that clock because now you do start counting possessions.
No question. 20-point
And
lead.
You're Union Pines, you've got to make a splash play on defense. Harrington milking the clock, playing like a senior. All right, swings it out there wide. Fox has got it. Going to come down inbounds, right back at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play, but he stays inbounds, so we continue to win the clock battle there.
Number 20, Keaton Traynell on the tackle there for the Vikings.
All right, so a 3rd down here. Union Pines desperately trying to get Southern Lee off the field.
Elijah Fox there for the Cavs. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd and 9.
Fox and Flack spread wide left. Lockley out to the right. Single back in the backfield with Thomas Harrington. Harrington drops, looking to throw down the field. Got locked down the slant, throws a little bit high and through his hands. That'll stop the clock and bring up 4th down. 4:22 left in the 3rd quarter. You know what? There are an awful lot of people within earshot of us been calling for a slant all night. I'm not sure that's quite the down and distance I would have expected that
Not
in.
on a slant.
But you got to execute that better.
Yeah.
Lockley can do a lot of things, but you can't throw it 10 feet in the air.
Yeah, but even if he had made that reception, he still had a hard 6 yards to get for the first down. But
I'll put my money on him with the ball in his hands, needing 6.
Yeah.
It's a 50-50 proposition.
Yeah, maybe even better than that.
Here's another foul. They're going to have too many players on the field. This is going to cost them 5.
Archie Chandler back to receive for Union Pines.
Substitution violation. So you back them up. Now the punt will come from the 45-yard line.
So what you think about Pisano's neon yellow shoes there?
Those look an awful lot like soccer shoes to me, and for the most part, the way he's kicked the ball, he can wear whatever he wants.
I totally agree. What do you think about the old school boys that kick barefoot?
There were too many men on the field there for Union Pines, and if the officials are going to be sticklers for that, which they have been, surprised they didn't get a call there. As the 12th man for Union Pines didn't make it off the field. Punt spins to a stop at the 11-yard line. The Vikings will have it 1st and 10, 4:11 left, down 27-7. They need a play.
What do you think about those old school guys that kick barefoot?
Number 15.
Have you ever tried to kick a football barefoot?
One time.
Yeah, never again, huh?
No, sir.
No, me either.
Vikings
No,
now
sir.
take over. 1st and 10.
No, I'm not even sure I understand the concept.
I don't either.
I think there was probably like a mass tryout one time, and some guy was like, "Hey, I guess if I kick this thing barefooted, they'll remember me." I don't know. I don't understand how it could possibly make more sense to kick it. Oh my gosh! Thought there was a pick coming there.
No, but that was a great job right there by number 33, Anthony Matthews, to break that pass up. Because if he had not been there to break that pass up intended for number 5, David Rise, he probably would have been down for 6.
Number 33, Anthony Matthews on the coverage there for the Cavs. Pass intended for number 44, Ahmad Jones. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the Vikings.
All right.
Well,
Rory Board not having a banner night. Still time though. Still time. Down 3 touchdowns. Board rolling to his right. Hands back to McCoy. McCoy stood up and stuffed. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd and long coming for the Vikings. And with one exception, they have not had an answer on 3rd and long all night.
Inside hand
No.
to number 1, Tyreek McCoy.
And that was with that one exception. They have not had any success.
Bring up 3rd and 9 for the Vikings.
They ran a delay into the teeth of the blitz with McCoy and scored the touchdown on 3rd and long. But other than that, they haven't come close to converting one.
And that play right there was similar
to the play they ran previously where it did go in for a
Board
touchdown.
takes it, looking short. Now he's going deep. Got a man out there and throws it between two receivers.
Yeah, that field goal's good. Oh, wait, that wasn't a field goal.
Not really sure which of the two he was looking for. Van Buren looking for a holding call, but I don't think he was ever going to get that. So the Cavaliers hold fourth down.
Well, you know, you don't want to talk about you really don't want to talk about the future here, but Chris, with 3:24 left, 27-7. You know, we came into this pregame. We talked about there are three teams really in this conference making noise right now. You got Union Pines and Cavaliers as it stands at this moment in time, 3-2. Lee County is winning again tonight. They're going to go to 6-0. They're a tough squad. So it looks like
offside
yeah,
over
it's
here.
going to be Tyshawn McLaughlin offsides. So watching the Union Pines performance here live tonight, what are your thoughts about the conference in general? And I mean, is Southern Lee, do you think that tonight is a performance where we are that much better than them so far in this game, or have they just not shown up? What are your perspectives on that?
Coach Neal's not going to like what I'm about to say. This conference, when it was realigned, people like you and I that watch these teams that have constructed this conference knew this was going to be a three-team race for the foreseeable future. This particular year, with the way Southern Lee has come in here and dealt with Union Pines up to this point, and assuming it continues to go this way, Southern Pines, if they play the way they're capable of, and they don't have any injuries and no ridiculous luck, I would expect them to go undefeated into their final game of the season.
I concur with that.
Now, I'm not trying to put the hoodoo on them, and I'm not trying to get anybody, give anybody bulletin board material, and Coach Neal certainly isn't thinking that way. Well, they've got to look game by game.
Well, that's true.
But I would fully expect Southern Lee to go into the final matchup of the season, the Brick City Classic, as a two-loss team to face the Lee County Yellow Jackets, who I have no idea who's going to beat them. Southern is the team that has a shot. Union Pines, I guess, could flip it around completely and play a much better game than this and maybe push them. But the other three teams in the conference?
So let's look at what we've got left. So
am I allowed to say they don't have much chance?
Yeah, so let's look at this. So tonight is the first night of a 3-week road schedule for the Cavaliers.
Yes.
We've got Union Pines tonight on the road. Next week we've got Harnett Central or Triton, one of the two on the road. And then we've got one of those two on the road again. So we've got Union Pines, Harnett Central, Triton. Then we've got Western Harnett at home.
Yes.
And then we have Lee County at home.
Yes.
So Western Harnett, Union Pines, Triton.
Looking down the field. It's got Lockley, and it's hard to do, but he overthrows him.
Western Harnett tonight with Union Pines, but you got Western Harnett, Harnett Central, and Triton. Those three schools right now have a combined win total of 1, 0, 2.
Well, and except for beating up on each other, it's not likely to grow anytime soon.
So there you go.
Now,
so what you just said is not far-fetched, my friend.
I'm glad that you concur. So if somebody gets upset with me, you're on this boat.
I'm on the boat with you. I mean, it's WBFT TV 46. They got good lawyers. But
3rd and 8 coming here.
You included.
No, sir. Not yet. All right, Harrington looking to pass. Got Fox and skips it to him. Had him open. Little surprise they're throwing the ball around the yard. 2:21. Clock stopped here in the third quarter.
Number 24,
Union Pines does a good job getting off the field and can't end up with much worse field position than they had just a couple minutes ago. So, yeah, my point, and it's not to trash any of the other three schools.
Of course not.
But this year, given the talent level and the performance,
number 2, Archie Chandler back to receive the punt.
Southern Lee, I would think it's fair to say,
Number 15, Casey Powell,
is the one team that can push Lee County. I'm not going to count Union Pines out of that. We can chalk this up to homecoming, bad display, whatever the case might be. One of the things that I wanted to talk about on the Union Pines schedule, Union Pines comes in at 3-2, and when you look at it at first blush, one of those losses came to a 2A team.
Absolutely, and that's what we're talking about.
But who was the 2A team?
You'll have to remind me.
Rivendell.
Oh, yeah.
Well, number 10 2A school in the state.
Understood.
Who is at 6-0 and is really having serious thoughts about competing for a state championship. So you got to be careful when you go and
comparing 1A, 2A, 3A, 4A.
Yeah, when you go schedule a 2A team, be careful what you ask for.
I agree with that. But let's look at the 2 Cavalier losses.
All right.
So the first looks like they're going to re-kick. Yeah, they're going to back him up another 15 yards here, Chris. And so let's look at those 2 losses. So let's first look at Jack Britt. Let's look at
Jack Britt was just too big.
For a 4A school.
Too big.
Okay. How do you compare their size? When you look at the Yellow Jackets, why have they been so dominant? Is it because they really haven't played much competition up to this point, or are they really that good? And if so, where is that coming from? Are they big and dominant like Jack Britt? Is that what's going to give the Cavaliers trouble? Are they fast? Are they speedy? I mean, where are we going with this? Why?
Yes.
All of that. All of the above.
All of that.
Yeah.
All of the above.
When you win, and you did, now you've commentated for them against Burlington Cummings.
Most recently against Cummings, yes.
Correct. And that's your takeaway.
That is my takeaway. I'm going to tell you that all of the attention that Jameer Smith got over the last 2 years,
right,
where he was offered by virtually everybody, I feel like, and these are big shoes to live up to, because Jameer Smith, heck of a football player, heck of a citizen, heck of a student,
no question,
all the rest of that. On the football field, A.J. Boulware is every bit as dynamic as Jameer Smith.
And that's powerful.
And you've got defensive linemen over there, led by Desmond Evans, that look like they should be playing college football instead of 3A high school football. That team is tough. Now, you still got to come out, and you got to do it on Friday night. But, boy, that's a tough ball club.
So Jack Britt beat his size.
When Jack Britt decided to run the ball,
it was over.
It was over.
All right, that was one guy, and that was at home, unfortunately, a home loss.
It was.
Now, the other loss was Enloe at Enloe. Now, most people say we should have won that game.
Yes, they do.
What did Enloe have that we didn't have that night? Nothing. Just a freak night where we really should have came out on top but didn't.
Got it.
All right.
And that's what football's all about on any given day.
True.
Any given Sunday, Saturday, Friday, depending upon what level you're talking about. As the Vikings pick up 6, Board keeps it that time. We haven't seen him keep the ball moving forward very often.
Tackle maybe.
Brings up 2nd and 4, minute down just inside 2 minutes left in the third quarter.
Tanner Seagrove's in on the tackle. Then number 57.
Yeah, Enloe versus Southern. I think you're talking about a game that was pretty much 2 evenly matched teams.
Yep,
Enloe got the better of them on that night.
Yep, well said.
All right, Board drops. Pressure coming up the middle. Throws it over top of it. Got a man, and the defender gets his head around late. Matthews was there in coverage, just didn't get his head around. And the ball is pulled in by Ahmad Jones down at the 10-yard line.
That yardage is enough for another UP first down.
So the Vikings showing some fight.
Yeah, they're not giving up here on homecoming night. 1st and 10 on the 10.
All right. Board and McCoy in the backfield. Man goes in motion. Everybody's in motion. Comes set. Board looking to throw. Hangs it up there again. And
hey,
nice
what a play
in the back of the end zone.
Tanoa Lockley back there playing cornerback.
So you're tempting fate. You give an athlete like that a look at a ball.
Very nice play. Cavaliers are a little bit lucky that we didn't get a late hit on the quarterback there.
Ed, guys, let's go.
So a minute to go here in the third quarter. 2nd down and 10, or 2nd and goal from the 10.
Looks like the pass there was intended for number 80, Kelby Wright.
You going to try to pound it in there, Chris, or are you going to throw it again?
I tell you what.
Number 3, Tanoa Lockley there on the coverage for the Cavaliers. It'll be 2nd and
Go
goal.
with the guy that got you here. McCoy has been steady. And then they're going to give, nope, yep. The fake got me on that one. McCoy picks up about a yard. So big 3rd down coming up.
All right.
We're going to get at least one play before the end of the third quarter. This is a huge play in the ballgame, Don.
Huge play. And I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, if you got 3rd down and goal on the 9-yard line, depending on what happens in this play, it'll be interesting to see what coaches do.
Well, you cannot get a field goal here. You've got to use 2 downs to get a touchdown here for Union Pines. Throw is up there, and nice defense trying to find Van Buren. Coach and staff looking for a flag. They got one the last time they petitioned for one.
Yeah, they're not getting one this time.
This time they're not. You got 23 seconds left in the quarter, 4th down, and there's no hesitation. You have to go for this. You do the math. You kick a field goal here, you get to within 27-10. You're still down 3 scores.
Well,
you have to go for it. Surprised maybe you didn't see something where you ate up a little bit of it.
Yep.
But now you're back. Fourth and goal from the 9. Board takes low snap. Rush is coming and throws it out there into double coverage, and it's pulled in. Touchdown by the tight end. And Union Pines has made a ball game of this.
Well, they did, but Elijah Fox was there in on that. It was a double coverage. It was a nice catch. You got to give it to the young man. He caught it right between 2 defenders. It was a good, pretty throw by Board.
I tell you what, that's one where the coach is, no, yes!
Yeah, no question about it.
Threw it into double coverage. Craig Gibson, the tight end, one of the few seniors at an impact position for this team, hauls it in for the touchdown, and pending the extra point, cuts it to a 14-point game.
That was blocked. But it just had just enough.
Gets through. So with 17 seconds left in the 3rd quarter, it's now Southern Lee 27, Union Pines 14. We'll take a quick break and see you on the other side.
Shop our inventory online at us1cdj.com.
All my sales, service, and finance has been done here at US 1. They are great guys to work with.
And I can honestly say that in every aspect of the process, I was included, I was respected, and I would highly recommend coming to give them a try.
I have shopped US 1 for over 20 years. Ranger Happy and I enjoy it, and we love this place.
Real prices, real people. Get the real deal
at US 1.
All right, Union Pines with a great play there. Just as we get near the end of the 3rd quarter. Rory Boyd to Craig Gibson on the 9-yard touchdown pass. And suddenly we have a 2-score game again. Southern hasn't shown a heck of a lot of offense, save for the opening volley. And will want to chew some clock, establish this running game, and chew up some yardage.
Yeah, it looks like, when they had that 20-point lead there, they got the ball back twice with a 20-point lead, twice. And both of those times the offense looked a little lethargic, looked like they want to rest on their laurels. Can't do that. Can't do it.
Well, I'm from the school, I'm going to do it until you stop.
Thank you.
So, all right, a more traditional kickoff, and that's the 3rd time we're going to see a flag on a kickoff from Union Pines. All of them completely different animals. That one out of bounds at the 20. We'll get a procedure call here.
Yep, and so he got that. But, you can't be – I tell you, conservatism has lost many a game. When you start to rest on your laurels and you get conservative with it, you got to keep pounding it. Pound it.
All right. Big Rodney Ingram in the backfield with Harrington. Ball spotted at the 35-yard line. This will probably, barring an incompletion or a flag, be the final play of the 3rd quarter. Harrington taking a look. 9 men in the box for this Vikings defense. Ingram's got it. Squares it up. Gets back to the line of scrimmage and will be stopped there by a gang of Vikings, and that'll bring us to the end of the 3rd quarter. Cavaliers 27, Vikings 14. You're watching the Classic Nissan Game of the Week.
And met initially there by number 8.
We will see you after the break.
Most of Vikings in there on the
choice. First Bank. Online banking, checking accounts for business and family to fit every need, including mobile banking, no-fee traveler's checks and money orders, and so much more. First Bank is conveniently located on Spring Lane, South Corner, and Sanford, and North Main and Broadway. First Bank is your progressive community bank.
Hi, I'm Dave Sheen. Here at First Bank, I feel like we've got all the right people in the right place to serve your banking needs now and in the future.
Also, the ticket numbers there on the.
Welcome back. I'm Chris Delambert. Don Clayton with me here. We're about to get into the last 12 minutes. This fourth quarter, Southern trying to hang on. Union Pines hoping for a break or two.
And Emily George.
Yep, 2 scores away for Union Pines. Cavaliers will start second and long to begin this fourth quarter. They have to think score. You have to think score. I mean, that's at the end of the day. If it's 3, 6, 7, whatever, you got to score. You got to go down and score. You got to eat up some clock, and you got to score.
Madison Parks, Maggie Emmons.
Sports fans, you can hear me and a cast of, I don't know, anywhere from 2 to half a dozen other folks every Wednesday. We're on the radio all over the place, locally and nationally, but the easiest way to find us is the podcast. Check it out at the iTunes podcast app, From the Cheap Seats, with Chris Delambert and Brandon Atkins. When are you going to come back around and see us, Don?
Man, I tell you, I would love to. I had a great time last time I was there. I listen to you guys all the time. Very entertaining, great stuff, good stats. You guys know what you're talking about. Never a dull moment on that show.
Appreciate that, sir. Appreciate that. We have a lot of fun with it. Duke fans, if you haven't seen the show, Robert Brickey, he of the 3 Final Four appearances, is a co-host on the show. We have a lot of fun with Brick and Brandon and Kaplan and Professor Trent and anybody else we find walking around on the street that we drag in. Harrington, 1st and 10, takes the snap, looking to throw again. This time throws behind Ingram, and that's going to stop the clock. 11:56 left in the quarter. 3rd and 11 coming up.
For number 20, Rodney Ingram.
Well, I don't know about that.
I suppose that's a pretty high percentage pass. You just have to execute. But, boy, I tell you, I'd like to see that clock ticking right now.
Well, that's the point. But here's the deal. I'm actually surprised we haven't seen Flack in at quarterback more tonight. Nothing against Harrington. I'm just kind of surprised. Flack, he's such a great runner with speed and athleticism, and he gives you a dual threat back there.
We all love Thomas to death. And Thomas is the future quarterback. But let's not forget that we started this game with a pair of picks. Flack came in and was the more running quarterback. And yes, there's a couple big plays in a passing game, but Flack has been successful on the ground at quarterback tonight. I too am a little surprised, as that's a very ineffective 3 and out there where they net 6 yards and only about a minute off the clock. And now they're kicking it back to the Vikings. We're
That'll bring up 4th down.
making this a little too dramatic, I think.
Yeah, that was very disappointing series there. And again, I don't know. It's one of those things where you just have to write no comment.
That's not your way, Don.
Well, I know that's true, but
boy, I tell you what, I think the kick was not blocked, but I think they got a hold of the punter's leg, and they're going to net 11 yards on the punt. The Vikings take over at the 49, and momentum squarely on the side of the Vikings right now.
Short punt there by the Cavaliers.
I mean, we're doing everything we can right now as a ball club to keep them in this ball game. And the longer they stay within reach, the more hope you give them. And a team that has hope has power.
You should turn that into a T-shirt, Tom.
Well,
or did you read that on a T-shirt?
No, I already did. You can get one for $29.99.
All right, Board back to pass. Got a man. He's behind the defense. Oh, my gosh.
Tanoa
Lockley just made as good a defensive play as you're ever going to see. He left his man and made up 15 yards to the middle of the field to knock that away from Ahmad Jones, who had gotten behind his man. That's a football play, son.
Let me tell you something. Tanoa Lockley wants to win this ball game. Tanoa Lockley wants to win this ball game.
When was the last time he touched football on offense?
Well, it was sometime earlier in the first half, if I remember correctly, but he has saved 2 critical touchdowns in the second half.
All right, Board. Hands to McCoy, wrapped up in the backfield. Great play by the defensive line there. That'll bring up 3rd and long.
Tanner Seagrove's in on that play. Caleb Madlock in there. I mean, that line right now, they can't give up. They got 10 minutes to go. They cannot give up right now. They got to play hard. Bend but don't break. They got to keep this insurance that we've got on the scoreboard right now, 27-14. They cannot give this team any more hope than they have right now.
All right. Now, interesting that Union Pines broke the huddle with 12, but they run a man off, and there's no illegal substitution called. Very interesting. Hey! Oof. Elijah Fox gets over to breaks it up. He's disappointed he didn't get the pick, but he saved.
He saved
a first down.
I'll tell you that right there.
It brings
Elijah
up fourth
Fox.
down. Offense staying out there for Union Pines. They're in for a penny, in for a pound.
No question. They absolutely need to do that. So this is critical. This is a critical play. They are going to punt unless they're going to fake it there.
I tell you, well, and you know they've done some hokey stuff in the kicking game so far, so there's no telling what we're going to see.
Well, we're going to send Tay back anyway.
We've seen 2 onside kick attempts. We've seen a fake punt attempt. And we've seen a squib kick out of bounds. Have I forgotten anything, Don?
Yeah, you've done it pretty well.
All right. Southern kept their defense on the field. They're not even pretending.
He's going to kick it.
And it's out to the right sideline. And I tell you, it didn't do himself any favors there. He should just kick down the middle of the field and rolled all day. Instead, it's out of bounds at the 25. And Southern, after a handful of bad possessions, to be frank, really just needs a couple of first downs here to get feeling comfortable again.
And they absolutely do. And you know what we need? We need a completion. You know, when's the last time Harrington had a completion? We need a completion.
Tay Flack is checked in at quarterback, and I guarantee there's a quarterback run coming.
Yeah, no question.
Guarantee.
I mean, is there anybody in the house that doesn't believe that's the case? Did we not call for it earlier?
We did. And if it works, I'm going to take credit for it, Don. Here we go. There goes Flack on the keeper. He's going to get positive yards.
That's all right.
And tick-tock, tick-tock.
That's what I'm talking about right
Just as important, that clock is running.
Yes, sir. Pickup of about 3 yards there, Mr. Delambert. 2nd down and 7 for the Cavaliers.
All right, here we go, Don.
Josh Strickland on the tackle there.
I want to see Big Rod.
All right, so we got Harrington in
Bring up
at the far side as receiver. We got Lockley on the near side as receiver. Anthony Matthews checking in.
Give me Big Rod up the middle.
Got Rodney in the background, backfield.
Here we go.
The Soul.
Flag surveys, taking his time. He knows what's going on. Clock down inside 9.5. Going to keep it going left. Rodney plowing through there, knocking people out. Flack's going to go down after a loss of 3. I'm not sure I like the patience on that. A little bit too slow developing.
I agree.
Give me a quick hitter.
I was thinking the same thing. I just think you got to plow it through. I don't know if the O-line is getting a little bit gassed. I don't know what that is, but you know, I would love. You know, it's 3rd down and long at this point. Do you run it, run off more clock, punt it? Do you try for a completion here?
Well,
I don't even know that Tay's thrown the ball all night.
I don't either. Here we go. Flack's got a man in motion. He's going to keep it himself again, right up the middle. Going to pick up a yard. So they're going to punt one more time as they face 4th and 8, but at least this time you keep the clock running.
Yep. Yeah, again, playing very, very conservative. But, you know, you're keeping them in the game. You're giving them hope. Again, a team with hope has power. And right now they still have hope. They're only 2 scores away. It's at home. It's homecoming. It's a big night. And we're just keeping them in there.
All right, down close to 8 minutes left. Clock running.
And where's that first half offense we had?
Kick is out this time. It's a low line drive spinning. Oh, fielded. A little surprised by that.
Tanner Seagroves, Chandler Cotton, and they're trying to get the ball.
Everything they can to get that out of there.
Tanner Seagroves, Chandler Cotton, Jaquan Sherman, they're all there trying to get that ball. Bring him down, boys. Bring him down first.
All right, 7:51 left. Vikings will take over at the 47-yard line.
A couple of Cavaliers in there on the tackle.
So they're in on their own 47-yard line. 7 minutes, 51 seconds to go. I'm thinking that board's going to put it in the air.
50-yard line there.
What do you think, Chris? Going to put it in the air?
Early and often. Yes.
Vikings take over in their own 47-yard line.
McCoy's still in the backfield. Has been in the backfield almost every snap tonight. And really kind of underutilized. Board back there. All right, the throw is to Ahmad Jones. Good job at dragging him down there after about an 8-yard gain.
Tay Flack in on the tackle for the Cavaliers.
Flack may have got kicked in the ribs while he was dragging him down there. We'll see what's going on. Maybe it's a cramp.
Yeah, it's a cramp.
And there is a timeout on the field.
All right, so the clock stops. 7:34 left. Tay Flack is down. We'll check on him when we get back. You're watching the Classic Nissan Game of the Week. All right, welcome back. 7:34 left here in Carthage, North Carolina. On campus at Union Pine's a cool campus.
I love this place.
Really do.
I mean, I hate to say it. I mean, I'm a Lee County Southern Lee boy, but it's a really cool campus. Great community, good people down here. I mean, that's just the facts. But looks like Tay has a cramp. At least that's what we're hoping it is anyway. Saw him stretching out a while ago. But when Union Pines gets the ball back, it'll be 2nd down and 3 in Cavalier territory. And we were right. They're putting it in the air. 7 minutes, 34 seconds to go here in the 4th quarter, down 2 scores. Tay gets up, walks off the field on his own. Get you a little hydration there, buddy.
Pickle juice. That's
there you go.
secret.
That's it.
Pickle
You're right. Pickle juice.
All right.
88's in, 44's in. Looks like he's got his spread formation.
I tell you.
So Union Pine's going in on the spread formation here.
Union Pines never ceases to amaze me with some of the little wrinkles that they throw in there. You know, they have iPads down there on the sideline.
Yes, they do. They have televisions. They got flat screens. They got it all.
Wow, Anthony Woods goes flying by, gets a hold of the quarterback's arm on the way through,
Big
and
72.
breaks that up.
Anthony Woods. But, you know, they've
Woods
always
had
had
a
that
game.
down here. You know, they got a great booster support.
But here's the wrinkle that I see this time round. Because they always have something new for you.
Yeah, they do.
Who's calling the plays from the sideline?
Yellow hat.
That's right. There's a there's a backup quarterback with a neon hat on.
Yep.
So that there's no question as to who's calling those signals.
I like it.
I like it too. I like it too. All right. Board, 3rd and 4 coming. Hands to McCoy. McCoy's wrapped up. Fights. Close to the first down. It's going to depend on the spot. Near side official, I think, wants to give it to him. The far side says no. It's 4th down. What are we doing?
Hand off to the near side of the
Chandler Cotman coming off the field.
Ooh.
Coming in with Elijah
This is a
Barrett.
left foot, right foot situation, Don.
Nick Locklear, number 23, in on that tackle.
Calling for the chains. Here we go.
Yeah, at this point in the game, you need to do that. We also need to keep an eye on that clock.
7 minutes left. Clock stopped. 27-14. Southern Lee is up on the Union Pines Vikings. This
you know
a
how
big
they
spot
do.
here. 4th down, either 4th down and an inch or 1st down for the Vikings. What's it gonna be? I think he's got it.
I do too.
I think he's got it. No, sir, he does not.
Oh.
Did you see them? Did you see him stretch that out a little bit?
It's out of foot.
Well, I think we had something going on with the marker over there. I think the chain was kinked. We got about a foot to go here.
So this is good because he's going to run it. They're going to run it up the middle, which that'll take off more time on the clock. You know they're not going to pass it here, so that's good for us. All they're wanting to do is get a 1st down, so just let them run it up the middle, get a couple of feet, knock off about 45 seconds off that clock.
I don't even know what you're talking about, Don Clayton. I think you've got it all wrong.
What do you think? Do you think they're going to pass it?
I think they stuffed this here for no gain.
Oh. No, I'm saying I think
turn it over.
That's what
I think's about to go down.
We'll find out.
And I've fussed about it before. Here, it's Union Pines from the gun on 4th and a foot. Board has snuck up there under center before. Nope, he's going to, and they're taking it wide. Oh, what a brave play call, and they get away with it. Board eating up yardage down to the 30-yard line. I tell you what, he was a beat from being stopped for about a 4-yard loss, made a great play, and gets it upfield. Amazing individual effort by Rory Board to keep Union Pines alive. Clock running down, 6:47.
Very unfortunate.
Down 13 points, still life for Union Pines.
Singer misses him there, but yeah, that was a very unfortunate play. Sam Singer had him in the backfield.
Board looking, throws short, wrapped up and pulled down by Locklear after about a 6-yard gain. Clock running.
That pass complete to number 44, Ahmad Jones.
And you don't want to put the cart before the horse, but if Union Pines scores, we certainly know they are not scared of an onside kick.
No. But can they execute it? That's the
Rory
question.
Board drops, pressure in his face, throws it out wide, got a man down there, and broken up Nice play out there. Elijah Fox having a heck of a game.
You know, I tell you,
that corner.
at this point in time, I don't know who you give the defensive ball to. If you give it to Anthony Woods or to Noah Lockley or Elijah Fox, all three of those boys are playing tremendous football on the D side tonight. Truly they are. Saving big plays.
All right, 6:13 to go. Third and 4. Third and 4. Ward and McCoy, as always, in the backfield. 4 men out in the route. Got a flinch. Oh, I tell you what. Ooh, I don't know about that one. That's going to be a first down for Union Pines on the offside call. There certainly was some flinching. I don't know that anybody got it in the neutral zone.
Well, that's what I thought happened way early in the game with Chandler Cotton whenever they called offsides on Chandler Cotton. I thought he flinched, but I didn't think he jumped.
I think Cotton took a step. That time I'm not sold. I'd like to see the replay, but it's immaterial. Ball placed at the 20-yard line. Woods is held again, fights through it, forces Board to get rid of it a little sooner than he wanted to. You see that Woods can't keep his shirt tucked in, right?
I'm telling you, Anthony Woods.
There's a reason he can't keep that shirt tucked in. He keeps getting grabbed every time he rushes the passer.
Craig Gibson.
And there he goes, tucking it in again.
Yeah, tucking it in again. I'll tell you, for the Vikings, number 54, he cannot handle Anthony Woods.
No, 2nd and 10 coming. Board hands to McCoy. Board keeps it. Faked everybody out. Going to be wrapped up and stopped at the 15, but not before he picks up 5 yards.
Got about 3rd and 5 or 6.
You know, Board hadn't done much with his feet tonight until the last couple of minutes. Has made a couple of nice plays here.
That's a good quarterback keep there by number 16.
Let's see what the foul is. There's a hold.
There's a flag on the play.
That's a big break for Southern Lee.
That's a huge break. They're going to replay the down, but they're going to essentially lose 15 yards on this play.
So instead of 3rd and 5, we're going to run this back, and it'll be 2nd and 20. Ooh, it's a spot foul. 2nd and 23 coming up.
So a net loss of 18 yards on that play, Mr. D. Well, you know they're going to go in the air here.
All right. Roll the pocket. Board looking. Throws it short. Got a man. Wrapped up. Good tackling. Going to bring him out short.
Tackle made by Elijah Brown.
The Union Pines fans thinking that's a little bit too tough a tackle.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they were booing at the referees for not calling it dead. But
3rd and 12 coming up.
That's one of those where you have a defender that's going to come in and go pop, pop goes the whistle, and the whistle goes pop.
Hangs it out there. Look at the. Oh my gosh.
Now, that right there was a great play by Tyshawn McLaughlin.
McLaughlin with a great play. The corners all night long. It doesn't matter who's out there. You've got Lockley, McLaughlin,
Fox, yeah.
Doing their thing.
Yes, sir.
And that ball hung up there for
forever. Okay, all right, Chris, this is
4th and 12.
This is it, buddy.
This might be your ball game,
This is it right here, bro.
This might be your ball game. If Union Pines can't convert here, it's going to be tough to get the ball back and score 2 touchdowns.
Correct. 5 minutes, 7 seconds to go.
All right, here comes the pass rush. Pressure right up the middle. Throwing, got a man. Oh, it double coverage, threw into bracketed coverage and makes the play again.
Could not have thrown it any better than.
Wow.
Could not have Ahmed Jones, the receiver, touchdown. Again, double coverage, excellent pass. Again, Southern Lee. I mean, second half just resting on their laurels, and when they got the offensive ball, let's run it up the middle, let's take our time here, and now you see what's happening.
5 minutes to play. Union Pines will look to add the extra point.
Yeah, just unbelievable. I mean, you keep the foot on the gas, and they let off the gas, and here we are, 7-point game and potentially 6 points after this kick. Nope, 7-point game. Blocked by Chandler Cotton.
All right. That could be big. That keeps the 7-point spread. 5 minutes left.
You want to go to overtime tonight?
No.
Okay.
Cavaliers will be receiving the kick when we come back.
There for the Cavs.
If something is worth doing, it's worth doing right. In this case, it's worth doing right and left. Introducing the all-new buttermilk and hand-breaded Southern Sweet and Smoky and Southern TLC chicken sandwiches. One has sweet pickles, shredded lettuce, smoky backyard sauce, and a potato bun. The other is an undeniable classic with lettuce, tomato, and mayo. Zaxby's. Friends. Family. Flavor. Order ahead on Zaxby's.com or use our app to skip the wait.
All right, so 5 minutes to go on the dot here in Moore County. Union Pines up 27-20.
All right. We've been saying the same thing for about half an hour. Run the ball, keep the clock going, put together a couple first downs, let's get out of here.
But it hasn't worked.
No. All right, so do you kick it deep, or do you do an or do you execute an onside kick?
I don't know.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I hate to be negative about anything. As bad as the Southern Lee offense has been for the last 4 or 5 series, you're doing them a favor if you onside kick this right here. Kick it deep and make Southern Lee pick up yards.
No question.
And there it goes. It's a squib kick. Fielded at the 25. Elijah Fox made a man. He's on right left. Oh, he cut it back up in the middle.
Hold on to the ball, boy.
He's got it down back to the 45-yard line. I tell you what, if he keeps that outside, Donnie's still running.
I think he is too. You know,
wow.
I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. I will take it. Field position right here is critical. And I will take starting 1st and 10 in the Viking territory on the 44-yard line. I'll take it all day of the week.
I tell you what, earlier in the game, you were talking about green pastures. I think what you meant was green acres.
Green acres.
Yes, sir.
Green acres is the place.
Man, he had a lot of room.
He had room to run for days,
Yes,
but
sir.
I'm going to take it. I'm going to be positive. Let's go.
44-yard line, 4:50 left. Southern nursing.
I don't know what he saw.
In the truest sense of the word, nursing.
I don't know what he saw on the outside to make him cut back.
I don't either. It was a phantom. Whoa. All right, there's the hand.
Rodney Ingram.
Pounded it up the middle. I like that.
Yep.
There, that'll get you 4.
Yep.
That'll get you 4. And I tell you, the best thing about that play is it's never going to get you less than nothing.
That's correct.
The Vikings in there on the tackle. Looks like a gain of 4 on the play.
You've got to really do something to stop Ingram for no gain, and you're very rarely going to send him backwards. So keep that ball moving that direction. 4:24 and counting. Flack in at quarterback. Takes a snap. Hands to Ingram again. Ingram pounding. Going to pick up a couple more. So now we got 3rd and 5, counting down toward 4 minutes.
So you're going to have to start thinking here. It's about 3rd down and 6 for the Cavaliers. Are they going to keep it on the ground? I mean, that's what they've been doing. It's still 4 minutes to go in this game. Now they can punt, pin Vikings back deep, but let's see what they do here on 3rd down.
All right. Flack from the gun. He's going to keep, runs the option. Ooh, had an opening, and I tell you what, it closed up quickly. He's going to get about a yard, and good job by the Vikings defense. That looked for a split second as if Flack was going to have just enough crease to get through and pick that up, but they shut it down, and now 4th and 4 coming up. This is the question. Do you punt it?
Yeah.
Do you risk the block? Do you risk a return, or do you keep the offense on the field? It looks as if Coach Neal and his staff are going to keep the offense on the field. 4th and 4
for now. I think they're going to let this play clock run down to 1 second, and then I think they're going to call a timeout.
They get a quick kick here too. Flack is awful deep in the backfield.
I think we're going to let the clock run. No, we're not.
Quick kick. Told you.
Yep.
All right.
Bounce back, baby.
Oh, that's nice.
There we go.
That's nice. Going to roll out of bounds at the 5-yard line. So with 2:57 left, Coach Ken Neal pulling one out of the old bag of tricks.
Well, he is.
The old quarterback quick kick there.
Yeah, but we took our foot off the gas on the offensive side. Defense has still played well, but the Vikings offense has played a little bit better than our defense. Obviously,
The
with the score
concern that I have right now, Don, most of those young men out there in white jerseys on defense have been playing offense all night.
And
we talked about it early on.
Yep, we did. The
Southern only dresses about 30 kids.
Yep, that roster. They don't have the roster.
They got to make one stand here.
One stand. So, 2 minutes, 57 seconds to go.
I tell you what, there's no safety in the middle of the field. McCoy's got it wrapped up in the backfield.
Wow.
That defensive line doing their part. Caleb Medlock and his buddies there to make the stop.
Tanner Seagroves
ball marked back
there.
at about. They're going to give him forward progress out to the 5. I don't know how that happened.
I don't know. Keith Williams, I thought was going to get a sack on. A safety on that.
Second and 10.
Hey, so.
All right, a little softer coverage shown this time. Board is back, looking down the field. Hit as he throws. Could it be picked?
Yep. Good night. Right there. We said the corners have been playing all night like that.
And it was created by the defensive line.
Oh my goodness.
There is laundry.
Keith Williams, Tanner Seagroves, they were all in there on there. Elijah Fox, nice play. Way to read that ball, young man. Those corners have been playing lights out all night.
I can't count the level.
Board got hit in the chest just as he let it go. It hung up there, and Elijah Fox saw it all the way, broke on that ball, and knew what to do.
Look down, Mr. Delambert. What you looking at? What
They're
you
headed
seeing?
for the exits.
Oh, they headed for the exits.
Which means they'll probably be gone and on the road by the time we get out of here, so we may not have to sit in traffic getting out of here. Isn't that
Hey, that's pretty good. So Pisano's kick is good. It's 34-20, my friend. It's a 2-touchdown lead, 2 minutes and 20 seconds to go.
Homecoming has been wrecked.
I'm going to tell you right now, homecoming's been wrecked, but let's name those corners once again. They have played absolutely phenomenal tonight. Lockley's been all over the place. Lockley's played well. Elijah Fox, and you got number 2, excuse me, we're going to have a little delay here. Tashawn McLaughlin, I apologize, young man. But those 3 corners tonight have played phenomenal. But you got to give it to the defensive line.
Oh, buddy.
I'm here to tell you, Anthony Woods has played absolutely unbelievable tonight. Parker Oldham, you got to give it to Sam Singer, Keith Williams, Elijah Barrett. These guys have been all over the place on the D-line. Caden Reinhardt, just very proud of all of them coming in tonight to Union Pines. Really a must-win game for this conference in order for us to go to the last game of the year. Now, again, we're not discounting the next 3 games. No question about it.
No, got to show up.
Got to show up. No question about it. But this was a very, very impressive win by Southern Lee on the road at a 3-2 Union Pines Vikings home field.
Yes, sir.
There's Mr. Homecoming right there with his nice burgundy red shirt. I'm sure our cameraman can't pick that up.
No. Can't get that angle.
So we got here Squibb.
It'll be that high spinner. And there it goes. Fair catch is signaled for and hauled in at the 26-yard line. 2:20 left. Clock operator, boy, I tell you. All right, 34-20, 2:20 left. Union Pine's going to be looking to push the ball down the field. They've had some success. Rory Board, given the pressure he's been under, you got to say he's had a good game.
He has.
But you can't turn the ball over as many times as the Vikings have. And
well, you know what? We've had 3 turnovers ourselves.
We have, and you know, I am sure that will be a point of emphasis for Coach Neal this week. Oh, Locklear coming and planted Board just as he got that off. It falls incomplete. Trying to find McCoy out there.
Get up, Nick. Get up, Nick. Nick's down.
So there's a stinger.
I don't know. All right.
I think he was ready to get up, and the official told him to stay down.
Are we going to take a break, or are we going to talk for a second?
Let's talk.
All right, so let me ask you this. So what do you think? All right, so this has been a tale of 2 halves, Crystal Lambert.
Yes, sir.
All right. So what is it about Union Pines offensively that has this is really the team that we thought we were going to see coming into tonight's ball game. We didn't see it the entire first half. I don't know who we were watching. I don't know if that was the real Union Pines or the fake Union Pines, if it was a fugazi. I don't know. But the second half they came out, and it looks like they started executing their game plan a little bit better. They came in, They scored 20 points in the second half. We kept them scoreless in the first half. What's the difference?
I don't know that you can put your finger on it other than you're talking about a bunch of 16, 17, 18-year-old young men who aren't always going to do exactly what you drew up. I just think lack of execution. We saw that plays were there to be made. some questionable decisions. We saw Board run around with the ball a little bit too much on a couple of occasions. They had a couple of passes that were just missed. I do think fatigue played a part of it in the second half because, again, you've got the vast majority of the young men that you name that have had such great games on defense have been playing offense all night as well.
Both sides.
And I think they're just worn out. Whereas you've got Union Pines trotting two completely distinct, different units out onto the field, and I think it helped catch up. The other thing too is you're talking about a little bit of a smaller school with Southern Lee. You've got some big athletes and some fast athletes there for Union Pines, but I haven't seen a player for Union Pines tonight whose explosiveness jumped out at me.
Not at all.
There's not a quick twitch going to scare you to death in the open field type guy.
No, but you have seen that with Southern in about 4 players.
Oh, yes, sir.
And
yes, sir.
So that's extremely impressive. Southern Lee probably plays 15 or 16 guys, period. Okay, on both sides of the ball. So, and for them to stay out here and with the humidity like it's been tonight, well done in preparation. Because as you know, Chris, preparation for a ball game comes early in the week. Keeping yourself hydrated, keeping your body healthy, eating the right things. All those go into play. When you're playing both sides of the ball, you've got to keep yourself healthy throughout the week.
Oh, absolutely.
And hydrated.
Absolutely. All right, Board drops. There's a hold going to get called, and all this work by Board is coming back as he picks up. Oh, he's out across almost to midfield. Picked up 20 on the carry, but it's all coming back.
Good tackle, Tanner.
The chain gang needs to slow the roll there a little bit. There you go. Get back there. Nobody told you to move up the field.
Good tackle, Tanner. You all right, buddy? You just tired.
And the old adage is you could call holding on every play.
True.
I feel like that's honestly the case today. They have not had an answer for Woods and crew on that defensive line.
You're absolutely
correct.
correct.
They have gotten
They're picking
mugged.
and choosing.
They have gotten mugged most of the night tonight.
They're picking and choosing, Mr. Delambert. There's no question. They're calling us for a hold.
Oh, wow. Wow.
They discussed that for a little while.
Oh, so you got a 20-yard run. They're going to tack 10 onto the end of it, and suddenly Union Pines is well into Southern Lee territory. And
they're not dead yet.
Suspect at best.
They're not dead
is
yet.
all I can say.
They might be on life support.
Suspect at best.
At first help, but they're not dead yet.
All right, 44-yard line. Board, 4 wide receivers out there. McCoy's been in the backfield with him all night. Medlock's going to bring help. There's pressure coming right up that A gap. Here it comes. And good job of Board getting it out of there. Oh, come on.
Yeah, he wrote
this
it back.
could go on all night. Minute 52 left. Clock stopped. We're going to get a pass interference call here. That'll be a first down for the Vikings.
Honestly, if Caleb had not done that, it might have been 6 points.
I'm going to tell you, if I was Coach Neal right now, I'd burn a timeout. There's some guys on that defensive line needs a blow. These guys are gassed. They are gassed. Hands on hips.
Yeah, especially right now. The clock's already stopped. Call a timeout.
I get a timeout. You're not going to stop the clock anyway. You're no sense taking those home with you. But yeah, I'd like to see those defensive linemen getting a break right now. All right, Board takes it. Looking to throw down the left sideline. Got a man, overthrows him by just a little bit. Looking for McCoy on the wheel route.
Halfback wheel route there ran by number 1.
Second and 10 coming. Clock stop. 1:46 to go. 34-20 is your score. Southern Lee's been on top all night.
Bring up 2nd and 10 for the Vikings.
Yes, they have. And again, this game is not over. We've seen crazier things happen than this. It's minute 46 to go.
Why, yes, we have. Rory Board, 4 wide receivers in there. McCoy in the backfield. Board's going to keep it. Takes it right up the gut, close to the first down. Going to get drilled just inside the 20. That will be enough to move the chains. Clock stopped temporarily with 1:37 to go. Union Pines in full-blown hurry-up mode now.
Holding on to it. That yardage is enough for another UP first down.
Well, Mr. Delambert, it's 7 o'clock Pacific time, 10 o'clock Eastern time. Here on a Friday night, October 5th.
All right, here comes pressure right up the middle. Board gets it out. Oh! Picked again!
That's it.
Tay Flack puts the nail in the coffin. What an athletic play as he comes up to get another turnover.
Unbelievable play. Again, staying focused out there. Tay Flack, welcome back, my buddy. Hey, that rhymes. Welcome back, Tay Flack. How about that? Hey, Coach said before the game he was going to be all over the place. He's played special teams tonight. He's played offense and defense, okay? He's played good, but that right there was great.
You forget that he actually punted once tonight.
And he punted. Yes, he did. He pulled a Randall Cunningham.
Yes, he did.
However, he wasn't in the end zone, but he still punted. No.
All right, 1:21 to go.
That's it.
Southern Lee going to run out the clock here. It's not over, but boy, I tell you, as my grandpa used to say, you can see it from here.
You can. No doubt about that. You can see it from here. Minute 21 to go. 34-20.
All right, Flack hands to Ingram. Ingram up the middle. Big time.
Ingram
might go all the way.
I don't think
He's out across the 50.
He's bumbling.
Yes, sir.
He rumbled.
Into Viking territory. He deserved that big game.
Yeah, boy. He picked up 30 yards on that run right there.
And I'm going to tell you, with 1 minute left in a game that's probably been decided, nobody wants any part of tackling that big man.
No, he's a big boy. Them some horses on that offensive line.
Give it to him again. Don't overthink it, Coach. Hand it to him again. That's the best. That's the best stopper there is.
What's the old Chris Berman?
Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
I tried to do it, but I can't do it like him.
Hey, it's all right. You did a heck of a job, Donnie. Just like you have all night. Flack will let that clock run down as far as he can. Takes it, gives it to Ingram again. Nope, gonna pitch it. And here goes Matthews. Oh, wow. What a hit down there after a big game. 14 yards. Don't do anything dumb.
Yeah.
No unsportsmanlike calls. Don't do anything dumb. Go back to the huddle.
Yeah, that was a little.
Come on, it's been too good a night. Don't do anything
that
stupid.
Was a little
Keep that clock running.
That was a little dangerous.
Yes, it was. Coach Neal showing
that
he's fearless.
nightmares, I could see that being a little messing up, green pasture.
Well, as it is,
anyway, first down, Cavaliers.
45 seconds to go.
And the referee signals that yardage is enough for a Cavalier first down.
And they'll wind the clock inside 45 seconds. Union Pines doesn't seem interested at all in using any timeouts, so probably one more play and we can put this thing to bed. Flack walking back out there to take the snap clock down inside 30 seconds, and
so
Viking Stadium is clearing out.
Here's my question. You think Diamond Dave's got a job?
Oh, it's yours if you want it, brother. All you got to do is ask. 19 and a half seconds left. We're going to get a timeout from Southern. I don't know.
Love you, Diamond Dave. You the man.
Got to be some. Yeah, the Union Pines coaching staff didn't like that a bit. 19 seconds left, and Southern calls a timeout.
I will say, though, I'm really impressed. Union Pines has always had a really good boosters club, and they put a lot of money into this athletic program, not just the football team, but also the baseball, softball, tennis, track, all of it. And just very impressed with, the community, the involvement they have here. Very tight-knit community. We're going to come away with a 14-point win.
If something is worth doing, it's worth doing right. In this case, it's worth doing right and left. Introducing the all-new buttermilk and hand-breaded Southern Sweet and Smoky and Southern TLC chicken sandwiches. One has sweet pickles, shredded lettuce, smoky backyard sauce, and a potato bun. The other is an undeniable classic with lettuce, tomato, and mayo. Zaxby's. Friends. Family. Flavor. Order ahead on Zaxby's.com or use our app to skip the wait.
For decades, residents of Lee County have trusted First Health of the Carolinas to provide quality health care to the Sandhills region. First Health is excited to expand services offered in Lee County with the opening of the new First Health Lee campus located at 2919 Beech Tree Drive in Sanford. The newest First Health campus includes a 25,000 square foot fitness center with an indoor walking track, saltwater pool, weight area, cardio equipment, Les Mills group exercise classes, and so much more. Also offered within the fitness center are physical therapy and cardiac rehabilitation services. The 40,000 square foot medical office building includes a primary care practice, convenient care, outpatient imaging and laboratory services, back and neck pain, and a variety of surgical specialties. For more information about the new First Health Lee campus, visit our website at www.firsthealth.org or call 1-800-213 3284.
First Health of the Carolinas presents the post-game show on WBFT.
But definitely want to give some shout-outs to Union Pines and the Vikings. Good community, good kids, good parents, and great support.
My wife now works for Moore County Schools, and Union Pines is one of the schools she's responsible for. So,
fantastic.
She was actually out here for the first time a week or two ago and came home and commented on it. And I told her Union Pines is one of my favorite schools that we go to.
I agree.
It is a great community. Great program, and usually evenly matched with Southern, so you get good ball games like this. We appreciate the hospitality. It's been fun. Southern comes away with a 2-touchdown win, and like we said before, setting the table.
Are you ready for some football only on WBFT? Welcome to the Classic Nissan Game of the Week. It's game day at Classic Nissan.
I'm Mike Stozer, General Manager at Classic Nissan here at Sanford. My team of professionals have every position covered to meet all of your automotive needs.
The starting lineup. Your captains on offense, number 5, Holden Cruz. And number 10, Jasmine Dole. Your captains on defense, number 55, Wesley Tater Womack. Number 7, Steve Dandrin. Whether you're a Yellow Jacket or a Cavalier, everybody gets a classic deal. For sales, service, or parts, visit us at ClassicNissanSanford.com or in person on Highway 87, right across from Walmart in Sanford.
Nobody beats a classic deal.
Official car sponsor.